92 degrees and 88 degrees in Hobbs and Lovington with a 20% chance of thunderstorms. A dry day tomorrow. High temperatures in the middle 90s in Carlsbad, Artesia, and 91 degrees in Lovington. For W105 FM, I'm meteorologist Ron Roberts.
Your country plays on W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet. Online at carlsbadchevrolet.com. Text line at 877-396-W105. Brought to you by Amigo Machinery, your Kubota dealer. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Question of the day brought to you by Lovington Auto Supply, your Napa dealer. And YouTube, Rumble, and Facebook video feed brought to you by Desert Sand Water Well. Online at desertsandsnm.com.
Happy Monday.
I never thought I'd be happy about a Monday.
Welcome back.
Welcome back to the show.
It's where fun meets awesome.
I guess it all depends on what your definition of fun is.
I like to have fun.
We like to have fun.
Well, you've come to the right place.
Right this way to the fun zone.
That sounds fun.
Hey, who's ready to have some fun?
It's showtime!
And good morning to you. It is 7 minutes after the hour 6. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Question of the day: what is something you did as a child that would be considered dangerous today? I'm going to be honest. Leaving the house.
Right.
Leaving the house. Now, I people can make fun of me all day about, well, you live in the Philippines and murders. No murders. No kids being murdered over the weekend. Kind of slow. We had a little 4-year-old die in a drive-by shooting. I'll get to that story. But, just being able, we would leave our house at 7 o'clock in the morning and come home at 5:30 in the afternoon. And why 5:30? Because if you weren't home by 5:30, when we ate supper, food was on the table, then you got your butt whooped. So 5:30. Oh, yeah. You better be there early, too. So that's one thing we could do back in the day that is kind of dangerous today. 6:08, good morning. We are B on the Breakfast Club. Tom A. in the studio. Morning Tom. We'll get lots of and and Will Rooney back in southeast New Mexico from a big busy weekend in Ruidoso.
I am.
And Russ Black doing everything that Tom can't do in the studio. So thought I'd throw that in there also. So thank you. National Shoe Week going on. Somebody needs to tell the wife. Shoe Week. Shoe Week. I gave away a pair of her shoes to a lady that had no shoes, and my wife still hasn't noticed that her shoes are missing. And she probably won't. I'm just saying. By the way, today's the first time ever that I didn't get supper. And Will and Russ heard the conversation. My wife came back. She's been busy. Got the hair done, then went to a funeral, went to church, came back, went to a novena, went to church again, and then I didn't get my supper. And she said, well, I asked, and you said you had eaten a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. I said, well, that was this afternoon. So Tom, I went against my own. I drank a big coffee and a piece of cheesecake. So God bless. Not a typical supper, but Shoe Week going on this week. Bitcoin pizza. By the way, my Bitcoin, that's probably all I can buy is pizza. Harvey Milk Day. Tom, what is Harvey Milk?
Harvey Milk. Wasn't that a gay guy?
Damn, that dude. You're so insensitive.
Wow.
He's the guy that became the, correct me if I'm wrong.
Okay.
Tom Cruise played him, if I'm not mistaken. Or was
it was
Matthew?
No, it was
Matthew McConaughey.
The first
Sean
American
Penn.
politician and first openly gay man to be elected to public office in California.
Yeah.
Sean Penn.
San Francisco.
Sean Penn.
Sean Penn, yeah. And he lost like 80 pounds. He looked like death. So Harvey Milk Day going on. International Being You Day. International Day of Biological Diversity. What the hell does that mean? Biological diversity. What does that? I have no idea what that means. National Maritime Day. Tom, what does that mean?
Means National Marriage Day.
Maritime.
Oh, National Navy Day.
Well, not just Navy. It's anything on the water.
Right.
Solidarity Day going on. And Sherlock Holmes Day happening all day today. Montana has become the first state to outlaw TikTok. How do they do it?
Good.
You cannot buy TikTok or download it in Montana. It has been removed from the App Store. Now, help me here. Well, help me with the technical. What if you go right next door? Tom, what would be the neighboring state in Montana?
Montana, I believe, would be Idaho or Utah.
So what if you go to your neighboring state and download it and come back? Are you really outlawing TikTok? And by the way,
not to mention you could just VPN it and
yeah, there you go. Hey, there's lots of things I'm not supposed to watch in the Philippines, but VPN, bam, Netflix. I can watch American Netflix because Philippine has their own version. And if I forget the VPN it, I get all the Filipino. Yeah, so there's lots of things. ESPN will not work without the VPN. Disney will not work. Lots and lots of things.
So Tom was in the neighborhood, by the way. Idaho is one of the neighboring states in Montana, but Utah's a little south there, buddy.
Yeah, I think Utah was a little bit further.
Wyoming, South, and North Dakota are the other neighboring states.
So, Tom, would you call this the worst thing happened to Montana since Hannah Montana?
Don't think so.
But would you consider it the worst?
No, God, no.
Experts saying that America's credit card debt could hit $1 trillion for this year. Geez, Americans. I mean, you're almost as much in debt as America. Serious. You're in debt. Nuts. $1 trillion. And Dubai is going to be building a replica of the moon.
What?
Now, I'm just going to, look, Dubai has so much money.
They got money.
I mean, they could burn money. $5 billion project to build a replica of the moon. Can anybody say why?
Yeah, why?
Because they can.
That's right. I was like,
wild.
Stupid money.
Yeah, just nuts. And football grade, civil rights champion. You know what I loved about this guy? Man. He would go into the baddest of baddest places.
Yeah.
And talk to the gang members and talk to them like a man. And he adopted so many of these troubled kids and got them on the straight and narrow. Jim Brown passed at 87. Tom, what number did Jim Brown wear?
I believe he wore number 32.
Yeah, 32. And there will never, ever be another Jim Brown, for sure. Morning show this morning being brought to you by All American Cleaners, family owned and operated. They treat you like family. Roswell, Artesia, Carlsbad, Lovington, Hobbs, Eunice, and Jowl. Make sure to talk to them about the wash, dry, and fold. They can wash, dry, and fold your clothes, 17 pounds, $16.99. They can dry clean your clothes. They can start you up, keep you looking good. allamericancleaners.net. Pretty much the same as last week for today. Cloudy skies coming up this afternoon. Should be sunny this morning. High temperature 89, and then cloudy this afternoon with a chance of rain into tonight. Tonight's overnight low getting down to about 58. Sunny and 92 coming up tomorrow. Looking good for Wednesday, and then the rain is back on Thursday. Check of the weather being brought to you by United Pump and Supply. 60-plus years of experience, and now open in Carlsbad. And they are looking for relief valve technicians. Apply in person at up-s.com. They're equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer. And if you're looking for a company, a supplier that will stand up to the pressure, United Pump and Supply, 60 years of experience selling top-of-the-line chemical pumps, valves, chokes, gauges, and more. Top name brands like Mercer, Superior Products, Chicago Valve, and a lot more. Now open in Carlsbad. That's United Pump and Supply. Go to the website, up-s.com. Tom, in charge of the text.
All right, now the question of the day, Kevin. Drinking out of a water hose is dangerous today, says one of the texters. One of the other answers to the question today is it's just dangerous today just to play outside, says one of the texters. And another,
sad, but
it is true, isn't it? Yeah. And also it said ride in the back of a pickup truck or walk or ride on your bicycle, says another texter across town. Yeah, things are getting dangerous. That is for sure.
Yeah, drinking out of the faucet cost me $100 today. Had to take the dog. Do you find that funny that I had to spend $100?
Well, what happened to the dog? What do you do? Ate it?
Well, I usually give her water out of, the 5-gallon tank. Well, it's been drinking water in the bathroom.
Uh-oh.
And it got a parasite. So noticed over the weekend, not good, not good, not good. Took her to the doctor today. Parasite, multiple parasites, eating her up from the inside. And so she's better today. They put her on 4 medicines. She's running around this afternoon, but not good.
Man.
Those parasites. By the way, I had a buddy of mine that ate ice from a restaurant, and evidently they didn't have a system to purify the water. He got a parasite. And
well, you wouldn't think the parasite would live through frozen water.
I don't know. And maybe it was water that he got, but he claims that it's the ice. But got a parasite, and that thing was in there chomping on his stomach and lower intestines. Not good.
That's one hell of a way to lose weight, let me tell you.
I'm telling you, boy. I mean, he lost it quick. All right, 6:18. Tom, what else is going on the text? Tweet of the day up next. It is a good one coming up next.
All right, so another texter says identifying people as their own gender is dangerous nowadays.
Oh, great one.
And another texter says, okay, please tell me why Tom can remember jersey numbers, championship years, et cetera, but can't do 1 + 7 - 6 × 10. It makes no sense, says the
idiot
texter.
Savant.
It's the side of the brain that wasn't touched when I had surgery. How's about that?
Idiot savant.
It's because he cares about sports. He doesn't care about anything else.
Nothing else. Okay. Oh, by the way, laugh out loud, says the texter. As a kid, 5 years old, I peed in the outside electrical socket. And then I blamed it on an old man passing by in a bike.
Oh,
poor 80.
Says the texter. Russ,
I remember when my kids peed on the, they thought it would be fun to pee on the electric fence. Oh, boy, they learn quick.
Yeah.
I dare you. It's like I dare you to stick your tongue to that flagpole.
Oh, boy.
Oh, that movie. Yeah, I get you. Another one says, Heisman.
Movie, hell, we did that.
Oh, you actually did that? Okay. Another texter says, husband climbed up on a TV tower. And another one says, we rode horses and bikes everywhere, says the texter.
Different world, for sure.
World.
Biden and McCarthy meet today. Joe Biden, House Speaker, and Kevin McCarthy, House Speaker, talking about the debt ceiling. You know what they need to do? Biden and McCarthy need to sit down together, and Republicans want to cut spending,
right,
and adjust the taxes, and Biden wants to increase your taxes. In the meantime, you're paying more taxes, and people that pay no taxes. I did the math earlier today. $32 trillion.
Oh,
remember on Friday we played the cut from Senator Kennedy where he talked about how much it would cost every taxpayer.
Yes.
$250,000 to pay off that debt. Population has grown 1.5%, and we have added to the budget 50%. How is that even? It's like your income doesn't go up, but we're going to keep adding stuff to the budget. And eventually, this is why we need a balanced budget.
Well, because we're not paying for America. We're paying for the rest of the world.
No doubt. Look,
studies in Jordan, Ukraine, south of the border, everything else.
Looks like we're going to be sending F-17s to Ukraine.
Oh, give me a break.
And you know what? We have a shortage of planes for our own military, but we're putting Ukraine ahead of the line. We can only hope and pray that China does not find their little cojones. Just saying. They're little pea shooters, and because if they do, we're in a world of hurt. Joe Biden, a dereliction of duty. All right, we're going to talk about Roswell. I don't even watch your race. That's what I would say. Screw you. I don't watch your race. I'm going to get to that coming up next. And this is the world you live in, Roswell, where you cannot compete with other municipalities. And the reason why you hired a Democrat, you elected a Democrat. I'll get to that coming up in a second. We are coming off the highest inflation rate in the country's history. Social Security just got an 8.7% increase. These are the worker bees that keep the city run. Administration's still going to get there, but I'll get to that coming up in a second. Anything else, Tom, before we take our break for the tweet of the day?
Okay, John is watching on camera. He says, "Morning, guys. Hey, Russ. Nice cowboy hat."
No, there's one hanging on the deal.
Oh, hanging on the.
I thought that was Tom's.
Yeah.
Mm.
And another texter on the question today says, you can't have a rifle on your gun rack in your truck, says the texter.
Not out of school.
Not out of school. School, you can't.
Well, not in school, but I'm talking about just driving down the road.
General, I guess.
Yeah, it's just not done anymore, but it's an open carry.
Well, because somebody would break into your damn car or truck and steal it.
Right.
Yeah, that could be the reason. All right, tweet of the day this morning being brought to you by Hobbs Airfield Speedway. They've got big races coming up this weekend. Call Jamal for more information, 575-631-5099. They had an awesome time last Friday, and you can go see the videos on TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Find out about this coming weekend racing. Friday and Saturday, bracket racing. Friday, what was that?
I heard
you really got to mute your mic, buddy.
Was that like somebody letting gas out, or
no? That was Russ sighing for some reason.
A crop duster.
Bracket racing coming up Friday and Saturday. Gates open Friday at 6:00. On Saturday, drivers meeting at 5. Races start soon after that. Box, no box, street, bikes, junior dragsters, and more. If you need more information, all you have to do is follow them on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, or you can call my buddy Jamal. Great story. Jesse Waters had a great story on Fox. The tweet of the day about Seattle, Washington. They want to put a rapist on the board that handles $250 million in funding. Let's hear the tweet of the day.
Raven is one of the strongest shatterers primetime has ever seen. He's homeless, gay, an American Indian. There's just one problem.
Thomas Whitaker Raven Crowfoot is a sex offender, a repeat sex offender, and I have had bad experience with him.
So I'm going to cut you off because we can't disclose people's personal business here, right? Okay. And although that's public disclosure, we have no right to out anybody in this space.
Okay. I thought thinking
right?
of what
Like that's just not okay at all.
Okay.
And I won't stand for that as a co-chair. We're not
don't
here
do
to
that here.
discover people's backgrounds. And actually, I'm glad that if that is the case, that he's here, because sex offenders are another population that is most vulnerable that don't have housing.
So sex offenders shatter now. This lady's telling the board that Raven Crowfoot is a rapist, and they're happy about that.
Wow. Yeah, that's okay if he's a rapist.
We have to protect those marginalized rapists.
Well, and the list of people that he has raped, 13, 14-year-old, a 15-year-old. And when he was last arrested, he had a juvenile living in a tent with him and in Seattle. But, we need to protect him. So put him on the board. Let's pay him because he needs the money. He is homeless, by the way. Reverend Al Sharpton.
Say it, me. Say it,
Lie. Reverend Al. Number one, Reverend Al, you're no reverend. That's number one. And why does Black America roll this clown out every time there's something going on in the African American community? Where was the family when this guy was being arrested time and time and time and time again for beating up old people, for beating up a juvenile, for wreaking havoc on just people that ride that train every day? But of course, a Marine comes around and this guy says that he will kill somebody. Didn't he mention that he was going to kill somebody?
Yeah.
He said, I don't care if I live or die. So Al Sharpton lied. There was a threat. And then another thing, Will, wasn't one of the guys that held him down, wasn't he African American?
He was indeed.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Of course, that part of the story gets conveniently left out unless you watch the video.
Yeah, it is not about race. It was about protecting people.
Well, and it's funny how every witness has come forward and said that the Marine's a hero.
Yeah. There was an African-American older lady, and she said, without him, I don't know what would have happened that morning. Al Sharpton is a race baiter. Al Sharpton is a racist. Al Sharpton is a liar. Al Sharpton is a money-grubbing son of a gun.
There was no language. Nobody was threatened. And you grab them and put them in a chokehold. Two people hold them down.
Yeah, one of them was black.
And you go to the precinct and they let you go.
Here it is. Here it is.
Jordan was impersonating Elvis Presley. If Jordan had been a different race and they had him impersonating Elvis, and a black guy put Elvis impersonator in a chokehold, and two black guys held him down, they would not have let that black guy leave the precinct that night.
I gotta ask the question. You call yourself a reverend. I'm not a reverend. I'm just gonna say I got more problems than the American government. I'm a cusser. I'm a drinker. I got lots of faults. He's a pastor. He's a reverend. And he goes in the house of God and lies. And race bait. And you know what? There are people that buy into this crap. That's what's so heartbreaking.
That's what kills me is that they wouldn't do this except that people are so gullible and they believe it. And a lot of these are white people with this stupid white guilt that just eat this crap up. These white liberals drive me nuts because they just eat this up and then just regurgitate it.
So you know why we still have race problems in 2023? I'm going to tell you why. People like that guy right there that continues to do the same old stuff over and over and over again. Sad, sad, sad. 6:31 morning show this morning being brought to you by Road Runner Grill. Get in touch with them today. I'm sure it was a very successful weekend this past weekend. Yeah, they had steak and crab legs and seafood on the buffet. I'm sure I'm sure it was very, very successful. Get in there today and get that breakfast. By the way, if you need them to make up breakfast for everybody on location or maybe in the office, that's not going to be a problem. Give them a call, 575-748-3324. Inside the Best Western Pecos Ham. Will, any word when the next big buffet is going to be rolling out?
Not yet, but I'm sure they'll give me info as soon as they get it. So,
love those guys. Great food, great service, and just downright great people. Tom, you hear the latest about Couy Griffin being arrested?
No, I hadn't heard yet.
How the I'm in the Philippines, and I get the news. You know why? Because I live it. I live it. I live it. I live that I am going to get every story that I possibly can, and I follow it on the weekend. I follow it at nighttime. I follow it all the time. That's the reason why.
So what happened to him?
So Couy has been charged with 3 counts of threatening a witness.
What? Come on.
And 3 counts of trespassing.
You believe it?
And it's a weird, extremely, if I had to say weird one more time, I would have to say weird, and it even has his mother involved in the story. So evidently, Couy contacted a guy to come to New Mexico to paint a double wide. Okay. The guy came and evidently the deal was not, he didn't get what he thought he was going to get. And Couy was going to help get his license and so on and so forth. And it didn't work out. So the guy took him to court. And then at one time, I guess, Couy tried to talk to the guy. And so it did not work out. And then the mother got involved. And so here's the tape of Couy getting arrested by the Otero County Sheriff's Department. Supposedly Couy is still in jail as of this morning. Here's the tape.
Why are you putting handcuffs on me? Why am I being detained? Why am I being, why? For what? On what? There's a warrant for my arrest?
So it is a weird, extremely weird story. Of course, Couy is still under federal probation. Could this affect his federal probation? I'm just saying. It could. It could. It could, if he's found guilty. And look, they feel they had enough on the case to serve a warrant against him. And I don't get the trespassing because the guy didn't own the land.
Right. He
was doing work for Couy's. I don't know. So if anybody, the story is very, very, I saw the Facebook post and then went and found the story in the Alamogordo, is it News Time?
Yes.
But there's not a whole bunch of the story. It did say that he was still in jail as of when they printed that story yesterday.
So still developing.
So Tom,
okay.
Still a developing story. This case could go away. I read the affidavit from the gentleman that pressed charges. Couy's mother was not arrested, just Couy. So we'll wait and see. We'll see where that.
I'll dig
I mean,
into that
want a
today.
70-plus-year-old lady arrested? Okay, here we go. Dumb thing. I think that was 3 this morning, and we've only been on the air 30 minutes. So, thank you. Text line, then we'll get to the Roswell story.
All right, so this texter's saying, we're not funding Ukrainian, we're funding Biden, says the texter. And Smokey
I will not debate that.
Yeah. Smokey in Arizona says, good morning, guys. Well, good morning to you, Smokey, down in Arizona. On a question of the day, this texter says, how about BB gun fights are dangerous today? Okay. And another texter says, the Durham report, he says, Hillary started the whole thing to cover the Benghazi, and Hillary was caught selling Stinger missiles, says the texter.
Look, there's so much dirt. It's just, if you got a D by your name, you get a couple extra strikes, it just seems. All right, let's get to the Roswell story.
Okay.
So, Roswell City Council, packed house, Thursday night, special city council meeting. It was packed, and about $143 million budget for 23-24 fiscal year, which begins July 1st. And there were a lot of workers there that were waiting to see about the cost of living. The cost of living, the COLA. Tom, what is the COLA, typical COLA raise?
I would say 6%.
6%.
Cost of living, yeah.
And we're coming off the highest inflation rate in the history of America. And let's look at Social Security. Social Security got an 8.7% COLA raise. 8.7. Leaders from the Utility Workers Union of America, Local 51, were among those that spoke out. And my buddy Rene Otero went on to talk about, keep in mind, we're not just a number, we are your family. That's important. And 1%, they offered them a 1% COLA increase.
Kidding.
And it's pretty sad when you got fire and police. Steeler Jordan, Roswell Fire Department. I've been knowing Steeler a long, long time.
Yeah.
Lieutenant with the fire department said, we're already having people problems retaining employees, and because we don't pay what other people pay in the region. We're losing experienced men and women in the department, and the city sees this as a number, a salary. Jordan went on to say that the city needs to be more competitive and in the reward system to help retain employees. This is the biggest problem that Roswell has had. They cannot compete with Hobbs. Even little bitty Artesia they can't compete with. How many firemen have left Roswell? I can count kids that went to school with my sons, and they became firemen in Roswell. Roswell paid to train them, and then they leave and go to another department. I can count probably 4, at least 4, that specifically go to Artesia. And if the city does not get competitive in their pay scale, and look, the administrators got their yearly raises, but the workers,
rank and file,
the rank and file, they got a 1%. If it was me, I'd tell them to keep that 1%. I would tell them to stick that 1%. And I'm going to tell you why. The highest inflationary rate. And we hear the story all the time about the city's in terrible shape and blah, blah, blah. It seemed like it was doing okay before. Seemed like it was doing okay. If you do not pay your firemen and your police officers and your folks that work in the water department and work in the streets, they're going to find another job.
Right.
They're going to go right there and go to work in the oil field. The only thing keeping them is the retirement. But at some point, you're going to cut your losses.
So if you make $60,000 a year, you get a whopping $600 for the year.
A year.
Does that even pay for the inflation of groceries?
And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna say it, and I won't regret it. The Tim Jennings of the world are elitist. The Tim Jennings of the world were left with a huge trust fund, never had to worry about anything, have lots of land in New Mexico, never had to worry about anything. Those guys that get up every day and work for the city, they got a family to raise. They got kids to go to school. A 1% pay raise.
Someone said 1% is better than nothing. Look,
no.
But it's a slap in the face. And with the amount of money that people and the amount they can make by simply moving, 30 miles?
Sad.
40 miles?
Yeah.
So, Tom, go ahead, defend. I'm waiting on you. Go ahead.
I'm not defending. I'm not going to. City Council had to vote on this budget.
Three councilors voted against it.
And did the mayor have the deciding vote?
I don't know if he did or not. It's his budget, though, Tom.
Yeah, but it's in the hands of the city council. It all depends on who you put in office over there.
Well, I'm just saying, you wonder why you can't retain people. This is the reason why. This is the reason why. And what exactly are you selling? It's a wonderful place to live.
Tourism? That's it.
Huh?
Tourism, that's it.
Well, if I'm working for the city, tourism's not doing anything for me.
Right.
If I'm a fireman, it's not really doing anything for me. You better be able to compete.
1%.
Or your numbers will, and you're going to get younger and younger and younger folks as police officers and firemen with very little training. I mean, very little experience.
Look, I understand Roswell's got the alien thing, but if you're saying tourism, I mean, Carlsbad has better tourism because of the caverns, and then you can't compare it when you got 70 miles away Rodoso. I mean, there's not even a comparison with tourism. So if that's your claim to fame, you probably ought to diversify a little bit and find something else.
I agree. Tom, what the hell's going on in Hobbs?
Well, what do you want to
they dumped something in the water after I left, or what?
I don't know. I mean, I'm trying to get some more information on that. I know there's a lot of things happening over the weekend, but this crime-wise, but yeah.
So Hobbs Police Department said, you're trying to get some information. Boy, I had no problem. Thank you for working so hard. Hobbs Police Department said 3 juveniles involved in a armed robbery Saturday night. Officials said Saturday night, 3 masked men or people, I'm sorry to gender, went into a smoke shop, pulled a firearm that was later determined to be a BB gun.
Yep.
That's a good way to get killed. And stole merchandise. By the time officers arrived, the suspects had left, but the officers were able to identify one of the juveniles. Oh, he's a frequent flyer, huh?
Yeah, they
After contacting the Guardian, officials were able to make contact with the 3 suspects who were all juveniles, and they retrieved the stolen items. 2 of the 3 arrested, released to their parents, while 1 is in possession of a firearm, was arrested and taken to the Lee County Detention Center.
Stupid. And the only reason they tracked them down, was because of the surveillance in that store. They identified one.
No, and they recognized one of them. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Twin Wells Fuel Station. Find them today right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road. Need fuel? Not a problem. Turn on Buck Jackson Road. Go down 2.75 miles. Fill her up today at the Twin Wells Fuel Station. Unleaded, green diesel, red diesel, DEF. They accept credit cards, fleet cards, and more. Covered area if it's going to be raining like it's supposed to be this afternoon. Covered area. Don't worry. You can fill her up and not get wet. And new, nice place. Find them right off of 128 on Buck Jackson Road, Twin Wells Fuel Station. We're going to talk about the NAACP is mad. We'll get to that. Text line 877-396-W105.
Before we go to the text line, B, we have someone on the phone. Good morning. You are on B and the Breakfast Club.
Good morning, guys. This is Frank from the Patch. That Durham report and also Elon Musk coming forward and telling the globalists on the AI issue, you might be rich just like me, but if you don't, if you play dirty with your toys, we're going to take your toys away. That's talking about the AI toy that they're just starting to roll out to society, to the human beings in the whole world, and controlling.
Is a big AI puppet.
Me serious. And you think the same. Yes, absolutely. And also, what's going on, what they're finding out is and I don't want to ban you from YouTube or any other networks because of the way I speak, but those are the facts. So the facts have been coming out that in the COVID era, when the coronavirus first hit and they were taking the ventilators to people in the hospitals, they were killing them. And a lot of doctors were getting AI information like, hey, give them this medicine, give them this other medicine, and give them this other medicine, put them on ventilator. So they knew the pattern. Like they would start with this medicine, and it would bring down your white blood cells, and then your white blood cells wouldn't produce oxygen to your brain, and they put you on a ventilator. And it was AI. The majority of the people involved in AI were sending this information to the doctors. So the doctors were mainly just what do you call in robes? They were like the movies, The Walking Dead, zombies in robes.
Well,
they weren't
they
back
just
to
believe.
Yeah.
They believe the CDC. They believe the World Health Organization, and they just went along. They went along with it. Frank, when I was in the hospital, the doctors told me you ask a lot of questions.
Right.
And once I became able to understand what was going on, and I was off the pain medicines enough, I started asking questions about what medicine you were giving me, and I would actually look it up to find out because. I don't want to be on a bunch of medication. And
hallelujah.
You know what?
Yes.
Yeah. I don't want to, the least amount of medication that I can be on. That's why I cut off all my intravenous pain medicine. And they said, are you nuts? Said, nope. I'm not leaving the hospital as long as I'm on that.
Praise the Lord
and
Jesus Christ.
More people need to start asking questions about medication, especially medication that they're taking.
Then they were putting the patients on ventilators and telling their relatives that they couldn't go and pray for their health to recover and this and that. So they were just on the hallway and on a kill floor that they would call some certain floors of the hospital the kill floor because that's where everybody was getting killed by those ventilators and stuff, intubate ventilators. And man, praise the Lord that you're like that because me and my family also speak about this. Like, hey, if something goes, this and that, and then Bill Gates is trying to bring fruit with another thing that you can't get rid of it.
Bill Gates said we got another pandemic on the way. Him and Biden both said it. Crazy.
Oh yeah, and that's why. Thank you, sir. You're welcome.
I appreciate it. Tom, are there any points in time when you go to the doctor you ask about why am I taking this medication? What is it? Do you ever look up any of the medication
Every
you're
one
on?
of them. And if I don't understand, I go next door to the pharmacist who gives you consulting. Yep, I do.
You never ask the doctor, why are you putting me on this?
I always do.
Will you believe that?
Not even a little bit.
No, I don't believe it.
I went from 8 medications to 3. I'm on 3 now. That's it.
Yeah, I'm sure
I don't
you
believe
took
he takes
yourself
the medication half-time anyway.
Thank God for Greg Abbott, the governor of Texas, the guy that's like, no, we don't go along with that. We're Texas. Look, New Mexico, we can hate Texas all we want, but they are the big brothers that we want to be like. Sorry, that's the truth. We want a governor like Greg Abbott. Greg Abbott signed a bill yesterday. I guess this was an executive order, and it's about energy. You want to have electric gas stove? Nobody's going to tell you you can't have a gas stove. Not any municipality. Yes, Austin, that's you. Here's what he did.
To protect energy choice in Texas. No city or county in the state can pass an ordinance that would deny your ability to use things like a gasoline lawnmower, to go to a gasoline station, or to access natural gas for your home or appliances.
Wow. So you want a gas stove? You keep your gas stove. Yeah. Nobody's going to tell you that you cannot have a gas stove. So sorry, Austin, it's not going to happen. Don't we want a governor like that? A governor that says, nope, we're not going to put up with it. Nebraska over the weekend signed a law that, when it comes to kids, we're not going to allow you to give kids medication or medical procedures. Nebraska and one of their senators, Michela Kavanaugh, went off, and here's what she had to say.
Belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people.
I'll let this sink in. This is a senator.
Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people. Trans people belong here. We need trans people. We love trans people.
Wow, thank you. I'm glad you got it off your chest. Thank you very, very much. Yeah, no, they're not saying that you can't be trans in Nebraska. What they're saying is kids cannot make that decision until they're 18 years.
And the way the media and these liberal politicians spin this, they say that we're trying to kill these kids, or we're endangering their lives, or we're banning trans people, period. The whole thing is ridiculous. That's not at all what we're doing. You're just saying if you're a minor, you can't make these decisions, and you can't be the doctors can't make them for you or allow you to do it without the approval of a parent.
We went down this slippery slope many years ago when we decided that it was okay for doctors to talk to kids and then not talk to the parents about what went on. I mean, a kid could have venereal disease, a 13-year-old, and the doctor will not tell a parent, I'm paying for it. I'm paying for the care, and you're not going to tell me? Kind of crazy.
Well, why would that kid deserve privacy if they're, if I'm there again, like you said, B, if you're paying for that, what gives them the right of privacy if they're living in their roof and utilizing their money?
They're minors. Crazy. NAACP joined other groups that are going to boycott any travel to Florida. And then I watched the press conference, NAACP, saying that they lots of hate speech against blacks and trans. I got to say, I watched most of DeSantis's speech. At what point did he say bad things about blacks? Because there were many blacks that were actually in the audience. We're not going to do woke history in Florida. Oh, does that break your heart? We're not going to change history. History is history. Sorry about that. Body discovered in Sunland Park. Don't know a whole bunch of information. Male body found yesterday in Sunland Park. They are trying to find more information. Sunland Park, New Mexico. And Biden suggesting he can raise the debt ceiling without the GOP support, says that he will roll out the 14th Amendment. Last week, I played a cut from Obama, and Obama said you could not. He thought about it. You can't roll it out like that. Kevin McCarthy talks about the debt ceiling. Also talked about why are we still funding COVID in 2023-24. There is $60 billion of unspent COVID money. You heard me right. $60 billion of unspent COVID money, and we keep spending more for COVID money. We could put more in the, where's this money going? $60 billion unspent. You want to tax us more? Here's what Kevin McCarthy had to say.
Build things in America again. That's where we're going to cut red tape, let projects actually, permitting process actually work. And there's a lot of places where we need to save money, like COVID money that you appropriated for 2 years and nobody spent.
Right.
That's common sense. Why do we have to fight over that to bring that back to the hardworking taxpayer? That's what's crazy.
Yeah, that's just completely nuts. Oh, Biden at the G7. Oh, I got a bunch of cuts. We'll get to that. Recent death of an 8-year-old Panamanian girl and a 17-year-old boy from Honduras are two cases where the U.S. government, they're saying, left these kids unsupervised at a holding facility. The little girl, they said, asked for help 3 times. Family members told agents that the little girl had heart problems, but you put her on a trek to go across the southern border. She's from Panama. She's from Panama, and I guess from Panama went to Mexico and made the cross all the way across Mexico. And so she died in the hands of how, and I'm sure they're going to get paid off. If it was anybody else, the parents would be charged with child abuse. Why aren't they being charged with child abuse? Why? They knew this kid had heart problems. So now it falls on the American taxpayers to pay for the death of this little girl. I don't want to be heartless, but this should fall on the parents for not doing their job to take care of their kid. And Robert De Niro slamming Donald Trump at the Cannes Film Festival, calling him a effing blankety blank, effing blankety blank. Oh, I left out a piece of blank. And thank you, Robert. Congratulations on the baby at 79. I'm actually doubting it's not yours. I'm thinking it's probably not. All right, Tom, wrap her up because we got to take a break. 8:50.
Just asking about Roswell's tourism. Hike It, Spike It, and Gus Macker are gone. And now those lives are after the Alien Fest. Actually, there's a new flag football tournament this weekend. I'll tell you more about that.
Howdy. Howdy, how you doing?
It's their choice to work for the city, says the texter. I mean,
it is.
You work in the old
It
field?
is their choice to work for the city. But if they all walk out, what kind of who are you going to replace them with?
Right. And it goes on.
How many help wanted signs have you seen in Roswell?
Plenty. I was there a couple of weeks ago. I saw a bunch. And the text goes on to say, work in the oil field where there are just as many pay cuts as there are raises, says the texter on that one. And City of Artesia, guys, is the same way. And, you know, Roswell is broke. Surprise. Keep them voting Democrat, says the texter. And it goes on to say, it's nationwide. Go woke, go broke.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Zia Guns. You can find them in Roswell. Closed every Saturday, open on Sunday. Zia Guns, over 1,000 guns in stock. Thinking about getting personal protection. Zia Guns. Yeah, I gave up all my guns when I moved to the Philippines, but when I go back for 3 months, I need a gun back. I got to make a call to my daughter. I need my small gun back. Because I really don't feel comfortable sitting in a car in a parking lot or somewhere without a gun. And so maybe I'll go back to Zia Guns and get me another gun. 1907 North End in Roswell. Handguns, rifles, shotguns. Starting to plan for hunting season. They've got you covered. Trade in your old gun to get a better gun. Zia Guns, 1907 North End in Roswell. Sunny skies all day today. In the morning, cloudy this afternoon. Chance of rain this afternoon. About 89 for the high, 58 tonight. Slight chance of early evening rain. And then tomorrow, no rain and up to 92. Check out the weather this morning being brought to you by our buddies at the Atlas Makeup Mirror, Rebecca Long. The best mirror in the market. ×1, ×5, ×10 magnification. Haven't got somebody in your family or a family friend a graduation gift, this is a perfect gift. 575-631-3189. Call and talk to Rebecca Long, local inventor today. Go online, atlasmakeupmirror.com. You can also go on Facebook and Instagram and check out all the videos. atlasmakeupmirror.com. It weighs less than 4 pounds. Travels easy and comes in a traveling case. I got a lot of stories to get to coming up next. Yeah, Lauren Boebert is very upset with John Fetterman. I'll tell you why. Lee County officials arrest a Magic Rush mushroom dealer. Mm-hmm. We'll talk about that. And debt ceiling. What are we going to do about the debt ceiling? Hobbs Police Department making another arrest in an armed robbery. What really ticks me off about this story, well, I'll get to it in a second. And a suspect wanted for being the serial toilet paper thief. I'll get to that coming up. And Americans are reportedly buying groceries more so at Walmart than any other grocery store. Why? Because of inflation. So it's a win for Walmart, the big crazy mega store. So Biden times are great for Walmart. I'll get to that. Boob of the day coming up this morning. Taking out the trash and more coming up next. Be on the Breakfast Club, KWMW, Maljamore, 105.1 FM. Ross, if you would, let's qualify folks, and then we'll check in the news. We got National Anthem and the Pledge coming up in just a second. 7:03, we're W105.
Vinegar Minting Solution in Hobb presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now.
Call in now to win.
MTD Radio News, I'm Jim Miller. 29-year-old Seth Alvarado of Hobbs sentenced for the 16th time on felony burglary charges, latest after he allegedly broke into a woman's car and stole several items. It was also Alvarado's 22nd burglary charge since 2017. He was arrested May 13th, charged with burglary of a vehicle, a 4th-degree felony. His first burglary charge back in 2017 when he was caught by the owner of a truck he was breaking into. The next 21 burglary charges span the years 2017 through this year. The suspects who fled the scene of the Walmart parking lot homicide of Jordan Ruiz were pursued and captured by deputies from multiple Texas agencies. The homicide suspects caught identified as Ray Ruiz from Loving, Zachary Beza of Hobbs, and a 16-year-old female. Officers also located a weapon believed to be the weapon used in the Ruiz homicide and discarded by one of the suspects. The suspect vehicle, a green Kia SUV, was confirmed to be stolen, and occupants were suspects in the Ruiz homicide. All suspects taken to the Hudspeth County Jail. Carlsbad school officials grappling with a state mandate that dollars be allocated to the district for at-risk students and that the district would be held accountable for improvement targets tied to the funding. This included targeted funding for students deemed at risk based on their academic performance at Carlsbad Municipal Schools, along with a 6% salary increase for all employees, which would cost the Carlsbad district about $7 million, and changes to instructional hour requirements. And that's a look at what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News. Local news brought to you by M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump Services in Lovington, owned, operated, and serving the community for over 30 years. Call 575-390-4446.
Make M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump of Lovington your domestic well specialist. Owner-operated with 30-plus years of experience, specializing in complete water systems for new home construction, domestic well drilling, as well as replacement wells and servicing all makes and models of water systems, including variable speed drive and constant water pressure systems. Call M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump today at 575-390-4446. That's M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump. Hometown quality you can depend on.
You know what makes me sick? You know what makes me so mad? I want to eat a plate of beans and then sit on a harmonica. Them beans really would be the musical fruit then. But I had a weird dream last night. I dreamed I had took my old lady fishing. So I guess you could say maybe it was a nightmare. But we're sitting there and we're fighting over everything. She don't want me to kill fish. We're sitting in the wrong spot. The sun is too hot. Anyhow, some doofus ranger in a Smokey Bear hat comes up to us, and he's listening, you know. Finally says, "Sir, I'm going to have to see your license." Fine with me. I ain't no outdoor outlaw. I pull a current and paid for a fishing license out of my wallet and gently wave it in his face. He says, "Sir, I have been watching the two of you for some time now." I go, "Yeah, she's holding my second rod, son. Technically, she ain't fishing." And he goes, "No, sir. I need to see your marriage license." Now, here's what I'm thinking. Every license you get, you got to renew. You got a driver's license, got to get a new one. You get a hunting license, fishing license, dog license, sooner or later, they expire. So how come to renew your marriage license? I can guarantee you. My old lady tell you it's because she don't think I could pass a test. Yeah, she's about as funny as a wart between your fingers. Let's say every 5 years you got to go down to the DMV and renew your license. By the way, that'd be the Department of Marriage Vows. DMV, get that? 3 hours in line behind knuckle-dragging idiots that don't got the right papers. You finally get to the front and some lard-butt woman acting like her my-doll ran out 2 hours ago. To look at you. You know, there'd be a lot more single people in this world right now. Wake up, America! If I dreamed I'm fishing with my old lady again tonight, I hope I grab a cinder block and just jump in. I'm Earl Pitts, American Pitts.
Stop by Amigo Machinery in Roswell to save big on their versatile Kubota L2501 series tractors, featuring all-day comfort and a variety of attachments to get the job done. Rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Get the Kubota L2501 series now for 0 down and 0% APR financing for up to 84 months. Stop in for a Kubota demo and claim this offer on the Kubota L2501 today at Amigo Machinery, 2801 South Main Street, Roswell. Online at amigo-machinery.com. Now through June 30th, see Amigo Machinery or go to KubotaUSA.com for full disclaimer. Diversified Field Services, a leader in welding, roustabout, plant fabrication, backhoe, dump truck, pumping, pipeline, dirt work, and safety services is looking to expand their team. Just out of high school and looking to start work in the patch? Legal resident or authorized to work in the U.S. and looking for an opportunity? Diversified Field Services is currently looking for roustabouts, welders helpers, as well as a sandblaster and helper. Insurance available after 60 days employment. Pay and other benefits depend on position and experience. Apply in person today at Diversified Field Services, 315 South Leach in Hobbs. Diversified Field Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Summer is just around the corner. Make your home a place you can relax and entertain with help from Floors to Go. The National Flooring Extravaganza sale is going on now. Save on carpet as low as $1.99 a square foot, including pad and installation. Wood vinyl plank from $1.49 a square foot. Come shop the amazing selection and prices at Floors to Go, 2704 in North El Paso in Hobbs. Hurry, sale ends May 31st.
B and the Breakfast Club in the morning, W105.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain Gods studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Yeah, let's just get this over with.
Well, thank you for that. How about this? Let's go woke. How about that? Yeah?
If you dress like Peter Pan, you can't work in Neverland. Disney canceled all their plans for a brand new Disneyland.
That's where Will is going.
Losing jobs and tax revenue.
Oh, wait, he's going to California.
Florida gave Mickey the big F.U. DeSantis said that if you're woke, then you'll go broke.
And we'll see who wins that argument, if it'll be Disney or if it'll be DeSantis. Crazy thing about it, Disney cannot get the tax breaks that Florida has grandfathered into them. So you can threaten to go somewhere else, but where are you going?
Where you going? Right.
You ain't going nowhere. You're not going to go anywhere. Can't wait. According to a brand new study, 90% of Americans get anxious about cleaning their homes. Tom, you ever get anxious about cleaning your home?
Never.
Yeah, no, because you never clean it. And the other 10% get anxious about paying somebody to clean their home.
Ooh.
I mean, the area that makes most people the most anxious, is cleaning the floor. I would be cleaning the toilet, especially after you got somebody, an employee that, I'm not going to even get.
I knew you were going there.
Yeah, I'm not going to even get into it. A new survey says gardening lowers your cardiovascular risk. Tom, what does that mean?
Don't know.
Lower your chance of a heart attack?
Although my heart rate is, oh man, awesome.
Up?
Oh, it's way down.
Yeah, with that blood like Dr. Pepper, pumping through your veins, it does great.
My heartbeat is down.
Yeah.
I don't know if you want your heartbeat to be down.
Well, when I went to see my regular doctor, he said
that means you're about to die, right? I mean, when your heart stops beating, you die.
No, I mean my heart. What is it?
I don't know. You're the one telling the damn story.
My blood pressure. It's 40 points down.
Are you on blood pressure medicine?
Yes.
Okay, so if it was that good, you wouldn't have to be on the damn medicine.
What was it? The blood pressure medicine, the pill that I found on the floor Friday that I left on your counter there that I gave you a while ago?
No, that's something
else. That's something else.
Dude, yeah. I hate to tell you, if you're on medication, that's correcting your blood pressure. It's not anything that you did. It's the medication doing it. And what about all the side effects that go along with that?
It's about 40 points away from being normal. And what normal?
Oh, you're on blood pressure medication.
And you're still 40 points away from normal? That's bad, dude.
It was worse.
Anyway, I was going to get to the point that, garden lowers your risk of cardiovascular. So make sure and clean, trim the bushes. Yeah. Andy Rourke, bass player for the founding member of the Smiths, passed away, died of cancer. He was only 59 years old. And somebody in Orlando, Florida, hacked into a traffic sign and made it say, "Kill all gays."
Oh.
Dude, that's not right.
No, it isn't.
That's not. And Jimmy Buffett is now 76. Canceled Saturday night show in Charleston, South Carolina, after a sudden trip to the hospital. Jimmy said that he's addressing some issues and needed immediate attention. So come Monday, he'll probably be better.
Right.
Just throwing that. He has had way too many cheeseburgers in paradise. You want me to continue? And they cut him off the margaritas too. It's Any more? Will, you have any?
No, I think those are good.
Oh, okay. 3 dead, 2 injured in a Kansas City shooting. That happened yesterday. Left 3 people dead, 2 others injured. One of the injured victims remains in critical condition, while the other is considered in stable condition. Authorities say all 5 victims are believed to be adults. Investigators were at the scene yesterday and trying to speak to witnesses about what the heck actually happened. Lauren Boebert speaks her mind. Republican from Colorado. I thought she was an independent for whatever reason, but Republican is blasting Senator John Fetterman. Did you guys see him on Friday? By God. He walked out in a pair of shorts, a pair of Dickies, shorts, pair of tennis shoes, and a sweatsuit, a hoodie, and did the press conference. And I swear to God, the only person that could understand him were Tom and Biden.
Yeah.
I mean, it's bad. Look, where's the self-respect? Where is the decorum to dress the part of being a federal legislator? Pennsylvania. By God. And, why would the Democrats allow him to be the keynote speaker to roll this out? Whew. He spoke for about 4 minutes. I swear to God, I didn't know where the hell he was going with the conversation. But Lauren Boebert said there is no excuse for not dressing the part. I mean, was it like casual Friday? I don't know. Pretty sad. Lee County officials arrested an alleged magic mushroom dealer. Tom, you see this story?
Yeah, they did. Apparently, or supposedly, the suspect sold what's called magic mushroom to a 13-year-old boy back on May the 13th. Now, he was hospitalized and had to be treated for that. And then
wasn't he arrested something to do with like I thought there was more to the story.
Well, there is
like
more
of a sexual nature or something.
I didn't see that one.
No, okay. No. Jerry Wayne Chadwell.
Yep.
Arrested for delinquency to a minor, and then they raided his house and or raided the office. 2.5 pounds of magic mushrooms. 8 pounds of marijuana, 1,000 THC products. They also found a firearm. They determined that was illegal since he was a felon. Now, Russ, can you get your license to be in the marijuana business if you're a felon? The answer would be no, right?
Correct.
Yeah. So this guy and then he's selling to minors.
And
pretty crazy.
He was charged with child abuse and also contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Right. Yeah. Of course, 3 suspects arrested on Friday, and that's stemming from the murder of that young man in the Walmart parking lot. Mm-hmm. And some of the individuals in that arrest were juveniles. Pretty sad. Pretty sad. All right, text line 877-396-W105. I've got the taking out trash coming up, and unfortunately, another story from Hobbs. What the hell are you putting in the water? We'll get to that next.
Hey, Joseph is reporting B this morning. There is fog on 529. There's fog on 529, that according to Joseph on that text. And hey, we'll just say this report being brought to you by
Luke Ragsdale, RagsdaleLawFirm.com. What the hell's going on with me? I didn't do the thought for the day, taking out trash. I didn't do the price of oil.
Right.
What the hell is going on? I'm late. 7:19. Price of oil this morning being brought to you by Spinnaker. All fill submitters. Get in touch with them today. They are hiring. If you ever ran a frac crew, you were the supervisor. They are looking for folks that can supervise their cementing business. They're also looking for folks that were supervisors when it came to running cementing trucks, or in this case, if you ran a blender in the patch, they want you to go to work for them. Must have a Class A CDL, willing to work a lot of hours. You'll receive excellent pay, one of the best benefit programs in the industry. Housing's available. Spinnaker is equal opportunity employer, drug-free employer. Text Oilfield to 63566 or go to greatoilfieldjobs.com.
7170 for West Texas Intermediate Crude at 721. That's 21 cents up from 6 a.m. Brent Crude at 75.76, up 24 cents from 6 a.m. And the price of natural gas, $2.52.
All right, we'll check the weather coming up in just a second. We've got news on the way, national anthem and the pledge, taking out trash, stop for the day. Right now, text line open, 877-396-W105.
This one text was saying, it's dangerous to be in the studio, speaking of the question of the day, with Tom A. You might get crop dusted or you could pass out and he could fall on you. Laugh out.
I am not looking forward to that.
Laugh out loud, says the text.
I think Russ ought to get hazard pay.
You think so?
Yeah.
Now, how about him, Russ? Yeah, see, I told you. And John from Eunice says, good morning, guys. That's a sad deal that young man being killed at the Walmart. We need some real damn teeth in the laws. I mean, if you commit a murder with a stolen gun, you get the death penalty. John says it's just as simple as that.
Well, when I do this next story for taking out trash, this is going to show you how bad the situation is. By the way, taking out trash being brought to you by Trash Eaters, 575-390-4549, trash-eaters.com. They do residential pickup. Reminding you to give to Lovington Animal Shelter. They need volunteers. They need volunteers that can walk the animals, clean up the pens, do all that type of stuff. Or if you want to make a monetary donation, please get in touch with them. 575-552-3669. Get in touch with them today. It has been a Hobbs type of day today when it comes to criminal stuff, but Hobbs Police Department recognized a subject with several warrants, identified as 29-year-old Aaron Castillo of Hobbs, and they saw him on some Sunset. Officers confronted him, attempted to apprehend him, and he left running on foot, jumped the fence. With the assistance of New Mexico State Police, officers were able to detain him, and he's currently being held at the Lee County Detention Center. He's been charged with resisting arrest, obstruction, also evading, and some of those are felonies. And he also had 3 active warrants for felony burglary, and has a criminal history of over 100 criminal charges. This dude has 51 failure to appears. 51.
Yep.
And they keep letting him out. That make any sense to you? In fact, they'll probably let him out again. I hope not.
What the hell ever happened to 3 strikes and you're out?
This and 100 charges. You know, this guy is another roach that all he does is take advantage of people, breaking into people's houses, doing this, goes into the court system, says all the right things. They let him out. And he just, he goes back and does the same damn thing over and over. I would be willing to bet this clown has never worked a day in his life. It's pretty sad. 51 failure to appears. Do not let him out. Do not let him out. He has proven that he can't be trusted. What kind of kids are we raising today? No respect. No respect at all. A bunch of thieves. Look what's going on right now. Kids. Murderous kids. We have to look in the mirror at some point and go, what's going on? 7:24. It's still a come. Thought for the day. We're going to wrap things up. National anthem, pledge, and more. Tom in the text.
Kevin, is your wife allowed to own a gun in the Philippines, or are you allowed to own a gun in the Philippines?
She can own a gun in the Philippines. I cannot own. Let me rephrase that. She can buy a gun, and I can have a gun, but if I kill somebody, then that would be probably problematic.
Oh, yeah, I don't want to kill him.
Of course, I'd toss the gun to her, and
I'm Scott.
No, I couldn't do that.
I
mean, you don't see any problems going on. I'm going to be honest. I don't need a gun. I don't even need a knife. I've never been confronted with anything like that. I know it's hard to believe that you can imagine that we can live in a time where people still fight here. They still put up their hands and fight. There were a fight Saturday night. See, that's the way we used to handle stuff.
Throwdown.
Yeah, well, I mean, you don't like somebody, they said something to you, you swing, and then you move on. Crazy. What else you got, Tom?
Kevin, I agree with you, says this one's texter. As far as the forum, but at the same time, he kind of really makes everybody realize that he is an actual American. And I know what you're saying, but at the same time, I see his point of view, says the texter.
Well, I'm sure Tom's screwing up those damn texts.
No, this is what he said. I mean, I don't know what part of that conversation earlier we had on that, but yeah.
Boy, you can mess up
And another texter said, I bet you, Tom, his whole paycheck, that Hobbs guy will get out again, says the texter. He's probably
he'll be out.
He may be out already. And Joe says, I think Jimmy Buffet canceled his shows because he blew out his flip-flop, says the text. Yeah, he got sick.
I know you have buffets on the brain, but his name is Jimmy Buffett.
Oh.
Yeah, I was just like, Jimmy Buffet. Who the hell is Jimmy Buffet?
I really said buffet.
Wow.
Okay.
Jimmy Buffet. Never heard of the guy.
I haven't had one in 2 weeks, and it's
Shut up. We don't believe any of that. None. None. New report says that Americans are reportedly buying groceries at Walmart, opting out of the smaller chains because they feel they can save more money at Walmart. That is not always true. But Walmart sales over the past, let's just say through the Biden years, up 17.3%. That's pretty hefty for a grocery store. And a South Carolina suspect wanted for serial toilet paper theft from businesses. Pennsylvania Police Department, called an investigation into a theft of toilet paper from a business. And you say South Carolina, Spartanburg, South Carolina, Pennsylvania police. I think you got that confused on the prep, but they're looking for the guy that has stole a lot of toilet paper. It's not like going to McDonald's and get one roll of toilet paper. No. A lot of toilet paper. This guy has been doing it for a while and get away with it. And you could say he was on a roll and a big roll. All right, Tom, text line, thought for the day up next. We're going to check in with news, national anthem, and the pledge and more.
All right, so this texter is saying, thanks for the hookup with your app. I mean, I work every morning. I will sit in my truck at the track, listen to your station, rather than get out and walk. Well, now I'm able to listen while I walk. Thank you very much, and I really enjoy your show, says the texter. Well, thank you very much. Oh, no, one more. So once a dumb ASS, always a dumb ASS. Says,
are you talking about Tom or talking about the All right, Russ, we're going to get to things that happened on this date in history. Thought for the day being brought to you by Wakefield Oil, 35 years in southeast New Mexico. Quality products. They deliver on-road and off-road diesel, DEF value, also interstate batteries. Go to the website for more info, wakefieldoil.com. Thought for the day in memory of Mr. Wendell Wakefield. When you really want to slap someone, do it and say it was a mosquito. I'm 3 weeks away from being in the studio with Tom. I will try it. I promise. 7:30. Things that happened on this date in history being brought to you by Train It, New Mexico. Get your CDL in 1 week. You heard me right. 1 week. I tell you what, they're batting. It's not 100%. Pretty darn close. 96% of the people that take the CDL test pass it in 1 week on the first try. Very simple, while they have such a high success rate. They know what to teach, and you get more one-on-one time behind the wheel and with the instructors. Call right now, 575-840-9555, and reserve your space and going and taking the course with Train It New Mexico. Mention being the Breakfast Club, get 10% off. That's 575-840-9555. Proud sponsor of things that happen on this date in history.
Bruce Springsteen recorded his very first song. That's what you get. His first band was called The Castles. It was over 57 years ago. And the Rolling Stones album that featured the songs Brown Sugar and some of their most famous hits, that was 52 years ago in 1971. Remember when Pac-Man came out? 43 years ago. 1980. Yeah, just to make you old. And
it's clear Tom's never played because it would be waka 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 waka.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Better sound.
Another game.
I think you were doing Galaga.
Yeah.
And Johnny Carson show ended 31 years ago. I didn't even read. Yeah, Ed lost his job too. He didn't have a lot of choice there. And it's Older Americans Month, so it honors, I guess, us. There's actually a new cutting-edge device that keeps track of older Americans, and will let you know on your phone where it's at. They expect that to replace the cowbell. And then on our birthday...
Wives.
And wives. And on our birthday board today, the Unabomber, Ted Kaczynski.
Yep, I remember him.
Yep. They say his IQ is 170. It's 10 points higher than Albert.
Wait, that's Tom's IQ. If
Right.
I remember right.
Actually, that's 100 points, 10 points higher than Einstein, 100 points higher than Bette Midler. So,
yeah.
And
Average IQ in America is what, 77 now?
98. We're close to
98.
100, but we're down to 98. And do you remember Jeffrey Toobin?
Yes, the guy who...
Yeah, the guy that was playing with his tubing.
Exactly. He's 63 years old today, and that's what's on your birthday board and what's special about the day.
I mean, the guy was on a Zoom meeting and on CNN and was
tubing off.
Yeah, that's one way to say it. And by the way, he's best friends with Anthony Weiner, the other guy. All right, 7:33 still to come. National anthem and the pledge on the way. Quick check of the weather. 89 for the high. Sunny this morning. Chance of rain this afternoon. Maybe a little rain tonight. Early evening. Tomorrow, no rain. Sunny and 92. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Randall Pettigrew, District 61, your state representative. Randy, loves working for District 61. If you're in District 61 and need help with pretty much anything dealing with Santa Fe, he is there for you. If you're an oil field company and you're having maybe regulatory issues, you can't get the state to call you back. Maybe the land office is not calling you back. One call to Randy, they'll call you back. They will call you back. Yeah. Need help with maybe your driver's license or anything else, Randy's there for you. Look, this guy has been going up to Santa Fe and battling with the liberals up there, the progressives, trying to protect our way of life in southeast New Mexico. He's got a website, RandallPettigrew.com, RandallPettigrew.com. All his contact information is there. Check it out right now, RandallPettigrew.com. 7:34, National Anthem and the Pledge on the way. We got a lot of things. Also, we'll qualify folks for cash. That coming up. National Anthem and the Pledge this morning being brought to you by Rebecca Long, your Farmers Insurance agent. She's been in business now 40 plus years. Started her business with farmers at the age of 19. I would say she is an expert when it comes to coming up with quotes that are designed to meet your needs and save you money. And did I mention great customer service? That is so important, that you get great customer service, that there's somebody you can actually talk to. Call her 575-393-2661. If you're in Lee, Eddy, or Chaves County, give her a call today. Your Farmers Insurance agent, proud sponsor of the National Anthem and the Pledge.
Good morning. My name is Hugh Mosier. Time for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Oh, say, can you see
broad strides and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we walked were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets regular of my heart singing through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave? Oh, the land of the free and the home of the
God bless America. God bless you. 738, 22 away from 8. Large prayer this morning being brought to you by Jude Oil, reminding you God is in control.
Oh.
Hello.
Oh, God, help us, our Savior, for the glory of your name. Deliver us and forgive us our sins for your name's sake.
Hi, my name is Jose Luevno. I work for Judo Oil. Would you please join us in saying the Lord's Prayer? Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen.
738, we are B and the Breakfast Club. On the way, we're going to talk about Bank of America. Bank of America actually surveilled its own customers and gave their credit card. We'll get to all of that coming up this morning. 7:39, we are B and the Breakfast Club. Quick check of the weather being brought to you by Seminole Siding. Up a metal building or a commercial building, they can do all of that. Siding, windows, you name it, they can do it. Not a problem. Doors, they can take care of it. Maybe you're looking for a metal roof. They can do that. Great name of the business. Give them a call. Let them give you a quote. 575-391-1430. Online at SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. That's SeminoleSidingAndConstruction.com. Maybe some rain this afternoon. 20% chance of rain this afternoon. Sunny this morning at 89. 58 tonight. Early evening showers. And then sunny tomorrow and up to 92. We're going to keep you updated with everything going on. News coming up in a second. We're going to qualify folks for cash. News being brought to you by Ragsdale Law Firm. Luke Ragsdale, the guy that settles the big cases. $10 million in one case out in the patch. Medical malpractice case, $9 million. Car accidents, slip and falls, personal injury. He settled big cases every day. 575-208-5300. Online at theragsdalelawfirm.com. We're coming back. News coming up next. But first, let's qualify folks for cash blowout on W105.
Vinegar Cementing Solution in Hobb presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
And I want it now. Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm CJ Papa. South Carolina Senator Tim Scott will announce he's running for president later this morning at an event in North Charleston. Governor Ron DeSantis could toss into the ring later this week. So who's the choice of Florida Congressman Carlos Jimenez?
I'm supporting the Republican candidate, but at this point,
I've thrown my hat in with President Trump.
And a Republican last hour on Fox Business. Crucial meeting at the White House today between the House Speaker Kevin McCarthy and President Biden on the debt ceiling crisis with a potential economic earthquake June 1st. The drop dead date to fund the government revealed by the Treasury Secretary Janet Yellen. Secretary of State Antony Blinken said today deals reached on a trip to meet Pacific leaders are not about any other country in response to a question from a reporter on China that has made increasing inroads in the region. America's listening to Fox News.
This is Daniel Velos, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet, and our sizzling summer sell down begins now. What does that mean for you? That means more discounts. That means more money for your trade, parts discounts. We are giving them out like crazy. We're buying cars and we're buying them from you and all across the USA and bringing them right to our parking lot. That's right. Let's make a deal. Our sizzling summer sale begins now. That's right here, 2155 South Canal Street in Carlsbad. Carlsbad Chevrolet, your home of the great, great guys.
Summer is just around the corner. Make your home a place you can relax and entertain with help from Florist to Go. The National Flooring Extravaganza sale is going on now. Save on carpet as low as $1.99 a square foot, including pad and installation. Wood vinyl plank from $1.49 a square foot. Come shop the amazing selection and prices at Florist to Go, 2704 in North El Paso in Hobbs. Hurry, sale ends May 31st.
Rio Grace Landscaping of Lovington is open for business at their new location, just north of Lovington on the Tatum Highway at 4 Crockett Road. You can find fruit, shade, and flowering trees as well as hydrangea, roses, lavender, and so much more. Find your fire pits and hot tubs all proudly made in the USA. Open 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday through Saturday and on Sunday by appointment. Call the landscape experts today at 575-396-7464. Rio Grace Landscaping, your ultimate service garden center and landscape professionals.
Sutherland's of Carlsbad is here for all your home improvement and DIY projects. Visit Sutherlands.com for how-to tips and guides. Skip the hassle. Buy online and pick up in-store for free at 2101 South Canal in Carlsbad. From hardware, lumber, cabinets, and plywood to fencing, power tools, and furniture, Sutherland's has what you need for the job, plus great financing options. Sutherland's, helping Americans build it better since 1917.
Pizza Inn of Hobbs, offering all-day buffet, salad bar, and hot bar with a large selection of pizza, even dessert pizzas. Pizza Inn's menu also offers specialty pizzas, subs, hot wings, salad bar, and more. Enjoy their fresh brewed tea, or over 21 can enjoy a variety of their favorite beer. Pizza Inn has a game room for the kids and a meeting room for private business or birthday parties. Join them at Pizza Inn, 1943 North Grimes for dine-in, carry-out, or use the drive-thru. Call Pizza Inn Delivery, 575-397-0505. That's 575-397-0505.
Knowledge, integrity, and trustworthiness are just part of what makes Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating the choice for your next HVAC job. With 15 plus years in business, Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating trains its techs with the requirements and standards of all the major ductless companies, servicing residential and commercial as well as industrial units for the patch. Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating is fully licensed, bonded, and insured in the state of New Mexico. They can even offer new technology like inverter-driven heat pump systems to upgrade old systems, and financing is available. Call 575-631-1999 to schedule your appointment today. That's 631-1999 for Roach's Air Conditioning and Heating.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Law Firm too.
The Gorilla Law Firm, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
A safe and loving environment for those we cherish. Beehive Assisted Living and Memory Care offers both long-term and respite care with daily activities, medication management, dietitian-approved meals, bathing, dressing, mobility, and memory care. Live in comfort with a private bed, bath, and AC and heating in each unit. Beehive provides privacy, security, and certified medical care 24/7. Beehive Assisted Living and Memory Care, 1928 College Lane in Hobbs. For more information, contact Sammy at beehivenm.com or call 575-964-7160.
Wilbanks Trucking Services is seeking dedicated, responsible, and committed professionals to join their team. CDL positions that pay starting at $25 to $33 depending on experience. Riggers starting at $20 per hour. Wilbanks Trucking also needs owner-operators. Wilbanks Trucking Service offers comprehensive training and excellent benefits, including medical, dental, and vision, 401k, and housing for out-of-town employees. To join the leaders in oil field services, call 575-746-6318 or visit wilbanks.us for more information on career opportunities. Wilbanks Trucking Services is an equal opportunity
Here is your
employer.
Meyer Pants on Fire update.
Before Russia attacked, we made sure Russia had javelins and other weapons.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
Okay, you ready? Yeah. Here it comes. Okay, I'm ready.
Don't get up without us.
All right, 747, boob of the day coming up in just a second. Got a lot of things to get to. We are B and the Breakfast Club. Looks like a restaurant in Philadelphia now selling a $700 hamburger, which is slightly more expensive than buying a burger at the grocery stores nowadays, right? Right.
Yeah.
By the way, the meat is Wagyu meat, steak, and they
How much?
Out $700. And isn't that what the governor bought, Wagyu steaks?
Something like that.
That sounds expensive.
Something like that. It's either yes or no.
The neighborhood.
No, it ain't the neighborhood. It is what it is.
That sounds expensive, but it comes with fries. So
it does, and it comes with 1 ounce pour of Louis XVIII cognac. So I guess that makes it. I mean, that kind of dampens the dumb decision to spend $700. So, Massachusetts dad Anthony Silva was forced to spend $21,000 on his daughter and her friends to see Taylor Swift and a sold-out concert. Wait, what are you talking about? Forced. And then the tickets never arrived. By the way, the price is outrageous. But Dad, go ahead, just shake it off. Shake it off. That's the only Taylor Swift song I know, so I will use it when I can. And the tickets never came. Wow. That's kind of... new research finds that New York City is sinking due to the weight of skyscrapers. Next, they'll be saying they all have to come down. We'll start with Trump Towers. And Michigan, 13-year-old boy who saw someone trying to kidnap his 8-year-old sister, grabbed some rocks, put him in that slingshot, and hit the kidnapper over and over. By the way, sister got away. Michael J. Fox says that he's offered Patrick Swayze's role in Ghosts, but turned it down.
Ooh.
By the way, his role, his words, I was a blanking idiot for doing so. That's his words. 2 dead in a plane crash in California off the coast. Coast Guard officials confirmed yesterday that 2 people were killed in that small plane crash in Northern California. By the way, that plane was traveling from Northern California to Hawaii. Boy, that's Russ. You know a little bit about piloting. That seemed like a long way for a small plane.
That's an awful long flight.
It was a Viking Air DHC 6-400 Twin Otter. I don't know anything about that plane, but it just seems a long way to go.
It's got pontoons on it, so it can land on the water and single engine, high wing propeller driven, short takeoff or landing stall kit.
Wow.
How far was the flight? From where to where?
California to Hawaii. That's a long way.
It's a long way.
I don't know how many miles, but I'm sure it's in the neighborhood. Tomorrow will mark 1 week since the young gunman shot and killed 3 people in Farmington. His family released a statement, and they said he was a loving child. And this was all about him not being able to wrestle.
Graduate, I think one of them said.
No, his brother was graduating.
Oh, okay.
And, I mean, what do? You live in that community? I would have to move. Of course, lawmakers are responding to the call, more gun control. We don't even know how the kid got the gun. How did he get the gun? Did he get it legally? We don't even know that answer. Of course, gun control. That's the answer to everything. Naked man hassling gym goers, attack people on the street in Miami, Florida. The dude is naked, working out on the machines. Had just got off the stationary bike and told somebody, you go ahead and get on it. No, I'm good, bro. You didn't even wipe the seat off after. Cochino. You should never go naked to the gym. Just saying. Crazy. I think the guy was on some type of crazy drug. Or just jacked up with pre-workout. Either way. Trans girl in Mississippi missed her graduation. Because, no. She didn't miss her graduation. She intentionally missed her graduation. Maybe you ought to reword that. Trans girl in Mississippi is not participating in her high school graduation. See, I just rewrote that. Because a federal judge did not block officials' decision that she is a man and will have to dress as a man to graduate. Linda Morris, staff attorney for the American Civil Liberties Union, ACLU, Women's Right Protection. Wait, the dude's got a penis. So the Women's Right Protection Department is, Anyway, they're very disturbed. And here they go again, call her a 17-year-old girl. That's a 17-year-old boy. And could have dressed the way they wanted all men to dress. She chose not to graduate. That's the way the story should be read. And the whistleblower says the FBI created Orwellian atmosphere at the FBI. Tom, what is that Orwellian?
Yeah.
I bet Russ will know what it is.
Russ?
They're speaking of the book by Orwell, 1984.
Thank you.
Well,
oh, my goodness.
Well, I knew that. But I wasn't sure if I wanted to say it.
Woo-hoo. Hunter Biden claims that he was quite poor. Remember, he was destitute.
Oh, poor guy.
When he went to Arkansas, please don't ever do that again. Well, he was destitute when he went to the child support hearings.
Oh, God.
It's amazing if you're destitute, how could you take a private jet? I'm just wondering. You flew from Los Angeles to Arkansas in a private jet. What's the cost of that?
$8,000.
Well, let's do the math. 7,326 miles round trip. Likely would cost anywhere from $55,000 to $117,000.
Oh, 55. Whoa.
But you can't afford to pay your child support. Wow. All right, I got to do this story. I got to get to the Biden cuts. We've got Boob of the Day coming up this morning. I've got a story about an Arizona high school student that brought an AR to school. Thank God he was arrested. And a woman allegedly hired to smuggle drugs into a boyfriend at prison. We'll talk about that coming up. But I got to talk about Bank of America. I will never forget, many years ago, Bank of America, during the war, had men and women coming home, and they were bringing home a soldier that had died. So this little town, I think it was in North Carolina, decided they were going to put up American flags along the procession. One business went out and took the American flags down. It was Bank of America. And the reasoning was they wouldn't want to offend any of their customers. You remember that story, Tom?
I remember that very well.
They wouldn't want to offend any of their customers. Let me just say this much. If the American flag offends you, you ought to think again about where you live. And by the way, Bank of America, your logo is actually part of the American flag. I know you've changed it as of late because you wouldn't want to offend anybody. But Bank of America, it was discovered this week in whistleblower hearings that they actually surveilled their own customers and turned the data over to the FBI without you even knowing about it. I just posted this up on W105's Facebook page. And some people say, well, it came from the Carolina Journal. Well, the Carolina Journal, where's Bank of America, the corporate office?
Oh, North Carolina.
North Carolina. So that's why it's in that newspaper. But it was discovered during the whistleblower that they actually surveilled their own customers. In an interview, Bank of America, the largest company in North Carolina, said that they admitted that they gave data of all their customers who happened to purchase anything around Washington, D.C. to the FBI. They took your information and turned it over to the FBI. Now, Bank of America was the same company back in 2019 that gave information to the FBI concerning gun purchases. If you're doing business with Bank of America, that's totally un-American. Your data is, I think they violated the law. I think aren't you supposed to have to get a subpoena to get that information, FBI? By the way, they pinpointed anyone that had purchased a firearm, regardless to where and when it was. Yep. Bank of America? That's totally un-American. And I think you guys broke the damn law. Is there a code that gives banks the right to hand over customer information to law enforcement without a subpoena? Maybe I watch too much damn TV or too many movies. I thought you were supposed to have a subpoena to get that information. Wow. Maybe I watch too much information. But Bank of America, I'm the customer. What about protecting me? Evidently, Bank of America does not like guns. That's what this is all about. Nothing more. Nothing less. Bank of America. You're un-American. Text line 877-396-W105. Morning show this morning being brought to you by H&H Fuel Service, New Mexico, Delaware, and Permian Basin. They would love to chat with you this morning if you need the fast fusion pipeline machine. Squeeze tools up to 16 inches. They do subcontract services. They also can take care of all your pipelines and facilities. Give Colin a call this morning, 432-269-6027, HNHFS.com. Boot of the day up next.
And Texter is asking, hey, guys, what are y'all's thoughts on the new DOT drug testing rule to allow a saliva test starting June 1st? Asked the text. What do you think about it?
Let me ask another question. What do you think about Biden's plan to turn big rigs into electric fire bombs? Of course, I made that last part up. Electric vehicle. How long will it take to charge one of those? And will the weight of the batteries, will that go against your load? Just asking.
Yep. Texter says, this is why I kicked the Bank of America to the curb. And another one says, Bank of America needs to change its name to Bank of China, says the texter. Smokey's asking this morning, wouldn't that be a violation of the Constitution?
Look, I thought they had to get a warrant. Like I said, maybe I watch too much TV. Maybe somebody in law enforcement or a lawyer can let us know. How can they just go and turn that information over without a judge saying, I mean, in light of the FBI being crooked as the day is long? Wow. Could that information be used against law-abiding citizens? Yeah, I think it could. It could. What else, Tom, quickly?
Well, another texter is asking, doesn't sound like you have a co-host this morning, says the text. Well, 3.
I got Tom over there just.
Right.
And Will is on the way to the doctor now.
Oh, is he? Okay, that's why. And John from Hughes is asking, guys, if we use the liberals' logic about gun control on everything, they would all be guilty of tax evasion, DWI, child molestation, corruption, and treason, just because one of them did it, says John from Eunice this morning.
Looks like Arizona high school student arrested for bringing an AR-15 with ammo to campus. Phoenix, Arizona 15-year-old taken into custody after he allegedly brought the AR and the ammo to the high school. Administrators immediately put the school on lockdown. Evidently, he showed it to somebody. And police confiscated the weapon. When they arrived, officers detained the male student in the office, had a backpack filled with ammo. And a bigger question is, where do you get the gun from? Of course, he's been charged with minor in possession of a firearm, carrying a weapon into a school, and interfering with the educational institution and weapons-related charges. Administrators received a tip during lunch about a gun on the campus. The principal wrote a letter to families informing them exactly what had gone on. And an Illinois woman allegedly tried to smuggle drugs laced in paper into a boyfriend who was in jail. The woman from Bellwood, Illinois, oh, she's quite a looker too, was arrested allegedly attempting to pay a corrections officer to help her smuggle the narcotics into jail for her boyfriend. Wow. Now they're both in jail, of course. She's in the female part of the jail. He's in the male part of the jail. Also, we've got controversy in the Santa Fe. This guy was fired. I'll tell you why he was fired. He says he was fired because he's white. I'll get to that coming up next. Joe Biden tells a reporter again, shush up. Now, earlier, he called somebody boy. Now at the G7 summit, he said, shush up.
Mr. President, how concerned are you about the death talks at home?
Not at all. Mr. President, get
Are Republicans negotiating in good faith?
This goes in stages. Mr. President, I've been in these negotiations before. It started off, shush up, okay? Thank you.
What? Say what?
Shush up, okay?
Oh, wow.
Thank you.
Wow. Thank you, Joe. Wow. Shush up. Can you imagine if Donald Trump would have told one of the liberal reporters to shush up? I can only imagine what would have happened. And it wouldn't have been good. By the way, Tom, Joe is your president.
For example, the idea that we're, in terms of taxes, that they refuse to, for example, I was able to balance the budget and pass everything from the global warming bill. Anyway, I was able to cut by $1.7 billion in the first 2 years the deficit that we're
talking in circles.
We're accumulating. And because I was able to say to it that the 55 corporations in America that made $400 billion or $40 billion, $400 billion.
What?
That they pay zero in tax.
Do you actually know what the hell you're talking about? I'm starting to doubt it. I really am. I am. And Biden and Zelensky got together. They're ready. Zelensky wants more money, of course. Joe is going to give him more money. But, they're two tough guys. Listen to Joe talk about the air raids went off. He wasn't
I
scared.
was in Kiev and those sirens went off. But there's an air raider walking through. We just kept walking. I thought, well, he doesn't care about the sirens. I don't care about this. So I don't know. I'm a little worried you're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, I took the same thing about Corn Pop. I was not worried at all. And we're going to send the F-16s to Ukraine. When? Well, he won't tell us.
So, and it will proceed. I can't, even if I think I do know, but I'm not going to tell you because that would not be a smart thing to do either.
Well, saying you're sending F-16s is probably not smart to begin with. Number one, aren't we in line? We need our own weapons. Just wondering about that. And Joe's there just to give it away, giving more of your tax dollars away.
And yesterday I announced that the United States plans to contribute another $250 million to the pandemic fund at the World Bank to make sure the world is better prepared to prevent, detect, and respond to future pandemics.
Wait, the World Bank needs more American dollars? I really don't understand that. Why do they need more American dollars? And Biden mispronounces South Korea's president's name. There is nothing that ticks people off more so than mispronouncing their name. Right, Tom?
I know that's right.
He called him President Loon.
Length with President Loon of South Korea.
God.
He came to Washington of late. I've spoken at length with President Loon of...
By the way, his name is Yoon. Thank you, Joe. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then he talked about China and that we are going to I think that's what he said, decouple China. What does that mean? Let's look that up while we play the cut. I have no idea what it means. Listen to what he said.
Now, we're also united in our approach to the People's Republic of China. In the joint statement released yesterday, outlines the shared principles we've all agreed at the G7 and beyond dealing with China. We're not looking to decouple from China. We're looking to de-risk and diversify our relationship with China.
What the hell is decouple? Russ, any idea what decouple is?
Yeah, decouple means to separate, like you decouple train cars. But let me be sure that's not slang and that's a real word.
I was just like, what the hell does decouple mean?
Decouple, separate, disengage, or disassociate.
I mean, just say we're not ready to divorce or break up, keep sending the checks, whatever the hell. Crazy. Fired, New Mexico. Archaeological official suing the governor and others. This guy said the reason he was fired is because he's too white and too old. You wouldn't believe something like that, right, Tom?
Never.
So he's suing the governor and suing several other senators and saying the only reason he was fired because he's too old and too white. They don't want an older white guy, is what he said. Thank you so much. We'll see where that goes. And looks like Jay-Z and Beyonce just bought the most expensive home in California. Okay. 40,000 square foot home. But that's about the size of like Hobbs High School, right?
I would say, yeah, about
40,000 square foot home.
Why?
In Malibu. $200 million. And these are the same people that complain about, we're not doing enough for black folks. We could start with you. How many homes do you need? Seriously. And Brittany Griner finally speaks out about her sports and about standing up for the pledge. Serious. She said you have the right to protest, the right to speak out. And she says, but after everything I went through, standing up means a little bit more to me now. That's why I want to stand. Wow, change of heart for Brittany Griner. Crazy. 811. Text, Tom. We're going to check the weather, and then we'll do the boob of the day. Take a break. Our number, 877-396-W105.
Hey, this texter's asking, hey, guys, this is Phil, by the way, information on the missing girl they found on Rankin Highway in Midland. They did happen on Saturday. Midland police found remains of woman Madeline Pantoja. She had been missing since May 11th. They discovered her body on Saturday, and then
didn't they find the person that murdered her?
Yeah, they arrested Mario Juan Chacon, 24, of Midland, in connection with the death of the lady.
I think I had that story, but that they had made an arrest.
Yep,
which is great.
That's what's going on in that situation. So, what is this
Can
world?
You just move on to the next one.
Yeah. All right.
God bless you.
So, isn't it funny, says the texter, how people, they like to scream about equity and how people need to be equal, blah, 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 blah. But yet, they just spend how much money at home in California?
$200 million.
Right.
And you know what? It's their right to spend that much money. It's their money. But they're always bitching and moaning.
Right. They got all that money. And by the way, the text goes on to say, don't they have a home also in Houston? Other than literally one building downtown, that's like 3 or 4 stories high. She's done nothing for her neighborhood. But yet, we're supposed to praise them and understand. Yeah, no thanks, says the texter.
Truth of the matter is, Beyonce came from a upper middle class
she did.
background. Her father was an executive, and I don't remember what, but, they were affluent.
Yeah, I think her mama was a teacher back in the day.
She ain't never seen the hood. Let's just put it that way.
She hasn't.
Now, Jay-Z, that's totally different.
Mm-hmm. And it goes on to say, this one texter, Mama Bear, she said maybe Jay-Z and Beyonce could take in a bunch of illegals. I mean, now they do got room.
They got plenty of room. 40,000 square foot home. Damn.
Yeah.
That's plenty.
We got a phone call. B, good morning. You're on B.
All right, let's go to the phone.
And the Breakfast Club.
You're on B.
What's happening?
Good morning to you.
What's happening?
You're on B and Breakfast Club.
All right, check it out. I went out of town, went and watched the game, and I was just thinking, I saw a bunch of homeless people down the strip and right there in the middle of Denver. Bunch of homeless people, tents on these big buildings, bunch of tents. And then I think, Denver's got 4, pro teams. They got basketball, football, hockey, baseball. Why don't they start putting a stipend on some of these athletes, and that way they can put a facility and make them pay some kind of taxes so these homeless people can't be and interrupt the scenery of the area, and maybe put them off to the side or something. I mean, you got these guys making $70 million a year to play 6 months of basketball. Well, they should start putting a stipend. That way they can start paying and getting them homeless off the street, and that should go for every state.
I'm not down for that, and I'm going to tell you why I'm not down for that. Because once they're able to start taxing those people at a higher rate, then they'll start taxing everybody. So I'm really not down with taxing people more based on that they make too much damn money. I mean, I've never been rich, but I aspire to be rich. I understand what you're saying. But
I think they could do that. If you have, say, $5 million extra in your bank account. That's what I say. Well, not just the normal American, but I say the people that are making millions and millions.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'm a capitalist. I don't want anybody looking at my bank account and deciding. Because what happens is rich people have the availability to hide their money better than me and you. Right. And I would start hiding that money pretty damn good, for sure.
And let's subsidize more fecklessness.
Yeah. Well, and look, I get LeBron James makes way too much damn money.
Way too much.
I mean, if we're going to start with somebody, let's start with that flip-flopping crybaby.
But I will defend him in this way. There been no scandals with that man. He ain't got no mama's baby.
Well, besides that, when he gave all kind of money to Black Lives Matters, and every time there's anything that goes on, he's screaming about racial inequality, and he's number 5 in the world as far as athletes making the most money. I wish I could experience that racial inequality.
Right.
But I'm not down for taking people's money, because as soon as they start taking somebody else's money,
you're next.
Then they'll start thinking it'll be okay to take your money.
Yeah.
So I'm not down with that. All right, boob of the day coming up. What else, Tom?
All right, one more text, and it says, hey, guys, South Korea's president could pronounce Num, N-U-T-S, his name the same way. President Loon, L-O-F. L-O-L.
There you go. Loon is not a good word. Not a good word at all. All right, 818. We are BM, the Breakfast Club. I got a lot of stories to get to. Text line open, call line open, 877-396-W105. If you want somebody to start taxing people based on they make too much damn money, I would love to hear from you. If you think that's a good idea, I would love to hear from you. But I'm just not down with it. I am not rich, never have been rich, and never will be rich. But I respect what it takes to become rich. And a lot of these people, not basketball players, but other folks have invested a lot of money to become rich. So, and rich people who take that money and move it to a shell corporation and hide that money better than I could, that's for sure. So, boob of the day being brought to you by Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. 3900 North Lovington Highway, Hobbs, America. All you got to do is go online, thedesertfma.com. Ladies, if you've been having menopausal problems, your life has changed. A lot of things have changed. Your hormones have kicked in to a certain degree, that your emotions have changed, and a lot of other things, physical things. Go in there and talk to them about hormonal optimization. And guys, you have hormones too. You have testosterone and estrogen. And guys, you need estrogen. You just don't need too much. That's where testosterone kicks in. Your testosterone goes up, your estrogen goes down. You start feeling better. Libido comes back. Life is good. If you're living in pain, they offer stem cell. They offer natural remedies. Ozone therapy. They take ozone and inject it into the spine and to your knees, elbows, shoulders, you name it. 3900 North Lovington Highway, Hobbs, America. Check them out today. Proud sponsor of the Boob of the Day.
Well, worked for me. There it is. You push buttons, things are supposed to happen. Now, I'm pretty sure this wasn't Johnny Depp, but it could have been. You don't know with that guy. 43-year-old man who identified himself as Captain Jack Sparrow was arrested in Portland, Oregon last week after trying to bite a cop. He boarded a commuter train on Friday night dressed as Johnny Depp's character from Pirates of the Caribbean. He was apparently harassing people on the train. Workers tried to kick him off, but he wouldn't leave, so they called the police. Cops order says he tried to bite an officer while they were removing him from the train. He's facing charges of trespassing, menacing, disorderly conduct, resisting arrest, and interfering with public transportation. He told the cops he's 43 years old, but even if they got him to jail, he wouldn't give them his real name. So they booked him under Captain Jack Sparrow. So, Captain Jack, you're our boob of the day.
Congratulations. You are the boob of the day, being brought to you by our buddies at Desert Functional Medicine Aesthetics. Some of the stories that we're going to be working on. Deputy AG says the city safe for visitors despite gang-on-gang carnage. And this story talking about Mexico has its own drug epidemic. We'll get to that. Down Ana County, woman charged with human smuggling. We'll tell you a little bit about her. Texas man pled guilty to buying a gun for the Gulf cartel and it was used to kill Americans in Mexico. Joe Biden reportedly set to announce an additional weapons aid package for Ukraine, and a toddler killed after a car landed on top of her in a crash in Waco. We'll get to those stories and more coming up within minutes. We're going to get you updated with the news coming up. 8:22, wrap up to everything, Tom.
All right, so this text is saying, to resolve the homelessness, the government should be tending to Americans first. Should not be the responsibility of the blue collar or the white collar, asked the texter.
It should be the problem. Look, churches used to take care of the homeless.
They did.
Now we got so many homeless, they ain't nobody going to take care of them. I mean, look at California. Their answer is building condos for them at a cost of over $1 million a condo. That kind of takes the incentive for working people to get out there and buy their own damn condo.
Right.
Go ahead.
Everything's upside down in America. Oh, by the way, John from Munich says, guys at Last Caller sounded just like any other liberal, because I work hard for my money and I have a little extra cash. I need to give it to somebody who doesn't, regardless of the reason why.
Look, we got a homeless problem. A lot of the homeless want to be homeless.
Mm-hmm.
It's the life that they've chosen. They like that life. I was in Phoenix and Tucson. Oh, my God, I have never seen so many homeless people in my life. I think the priest said they feed over 3,000 people at one church per day.
Wow.
Hey, why is somebody going to get their life straight if we're feeding them, giving them houses, and all kind of other stuff? I understand we should give. I understand we should help people. But if we just keep giving, why are they going to do anything for themselves?
Texter goes on to say, regardless of the reason why they don't. I mean, like, say the government let a million of them over here to the United States, says John. I don't know. When I get a chance to give some money to someone on the sidewalk,
Can I get a drill?
I don't care. I don't care what they do.
Can I get a drill? I need a drill. I think it's an aneurysm, or maybe it's just Tom. Just read the text for me, bro.
Well, you comment on mine, I'm commenting on yours.
All I need you to do is read the damn text.
And one more text.
That is not your MO. It's not in your DNA. Just read the text.
Well, one more text says, I don't think I know a single NBA player making $70 million a season. They make a lot, man, more than that. Come on.
Yeah, I don't think anybody's making 70. How much does LeBron make?
LeBron makes right at 50,
by the way,
million.
Great. It's great that Denver is actually killing the Lakers. I love the hell out of that.
But this quarterback, Lamar Jackson, is fixing to make $70 million. He plays for the Ravens.
So LeBron makes 44, $44 million. He's got a bunch of endorsement deals.
He does.
So $44 million. Steph Curry makes $48 million. That's not including endorsement deals. So LeBron is one of the richest. He's number 5 on the. And look, these guys aren't making the money that the soccer stars make.
No.
And football stars aren't making the money that, I mean.
Well, but it's like you say all the time. If you know how to negotiate, God bless you.
Well, this is a international sport. Basketball is an international sport. You come to Asia, international sport. Soccer is an international sport. Football, not as much. All right, we're going to take a break, keep you updated with everything going on. We are B and the Breakfast Club will be on and for another hour. Check of the weather being brought to you by Mike and Matt. Iron River Inspection, ironriverinspection.com. They've got a staff of over 300 years of combined experience in the patch. Pipeline and facility inspection, safety training. And if you're looking for a consulting company, they can do that for you. Mike and Matt, these guys, number one, hard workers, came up, second-generation pipeliners. Find out more information, just go to ironriverinspection.com. A little rain this afternoon, sunny this morning up to 89, 58 tonight, 10% chance of rain tomorrow, 92, and sunny skies. Maybe rain back in the forecast Thursday and the Friday. We're going to qualify you for cash right now. We're going to give you a chance to qualify, and then we'll check in with news. Being brought to you by WWRV. 3 RV parks and 1, their goal is to give you a quiet place to rest. They understand you're a working tenant. They've got 162 RV hookups, every one coming with 30 and 50 amps available. Wired internet right to your hookup. Pet friendly, very well lit up. Nice place. Go check them out at www.rv3.com or call 988-0392. That's www.rv3.com. We're coming right back. Let's qualify, folks. News up next, W105.
Vinegar Cementing Solution in Hobb presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Local news brought to you by M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump Services in Lovington, owned, operated, and serving the community for over 30 years. Call 575-390-4446.
Make M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump of Lovington your domestic well specialist. Owner-operated with 30-plus years of experience, specializing in complete water systems for new home construction, domestic well drilling, as well as replacement wells and servicing all makes and models of water systems, including variable speed drive and constant water pressure systems. Call M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump today at 575-390-4446. That's M&W Water Well Drilling and Pump. Hometown quality you can depend on.
MTD Radio News, I'm Jim Miller. 29-year-old Seth Alvarado of Hobbs sentenced for the 16th time on felony burglary charges, latest after he allegedly broke into a woman's car and stole several items. It was also Alvarado's 22nd burglary charge since 2017. He was arrested May 13th, charged with burglary of a vehicle, a 4th-degree felony. His first burglary charge back in 2017 when he was caught by the owner of a truck he was breaking into. The next 21 burglary charges span the years 2017 through this year. The suspects who fled the scene of the Walmart parking lot homicide of Jordan Ruiz were pursued and captured by deputies from multiple Texas agencies. The homicide suspects caught identified as Ray Ruiz from Loving, Zachary Bays of Hobbs, and a 16-year-old female. Officers also located a weapon believed to be the weapon used in the Ruiz homicide and discarded by one of the suspects. The suspect vehicle, a green Kia SUV, was confirmed to be stolen, and occupants were suspects in the Ruiz homicide. All suspects taken to the Hudspeth County Jail. Carlsbad school officials grappling with a state mandate that dollars be allocated to the district for at-risk students and that the district would be held accountable for improvement targets tied to the funding. This included targeted funding for students deemed at risk based on their academic performance at Carlsbad municipal schools, along with a 6% salary increase for all employees, which would cost the Carlsbad district about $7 million, and changes to instructional hour requirements. And that's a look at what's happening. I'm Jim Miller, MTD Radio News.
Summer is just around the corner. Make your home a place you can relax and entertain with help from Floors to Go. The National Flooring Extravaganza sale is going on now. Save on carpet as low as $1.99 a square foot, including pad and installation. Wood vinyl plank from $1.49 a square foot. Come shop the amazing selection and prices at Floors to Go, 2704 North El Paso in Hobbs. Hurry, sale ends May 31st.
Make sure you and the crew are rigged up with a full set of work gear from Rig Outfitters and the Home Store in Hobbs. Brands like Wrangler, Rocky, Timberland, Rasco, Durango, and Bulwark FR, just to name a couple of the big ones.
Hard hats, safety vests, boots, and everything FR. Choose from a full line of Arctic coolers, jugs, and mugs to keep everything to temperature on the job site. From head to toe, Rig Outfitters in the home store has you safely covered. 1401 North Turner in Hobbs, inside the Broadmoor Mall.
What could possibly live out here is a question you've probably either asked yourself or heard from someone else. The answers are all waiting for you at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Located at the top of the Ocotillo Hills, the Living Desert will take you through a variety of habitats, from the sand hills to the arroyo, from the Pinon Juniper Zone, and through the Canyonlands along the 1.3-mile self-guided tour. Features like the nocturnal exhibit, a walk through the park, including the aviary and reptile exhibit, will give you a glimpse into the hundreds of species of plants and animals adapted to the arid climate of the Chihuahuan Desert. In addition, the Succulents of the World greenhouse exhibits highly adapted plants from many parts of the world. Don't forget your souvenirs from the Visitors Center at the Living Desert Zoo and Garden State Park in Carlsbad. Open every day except Christmas Day, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., with last entrance being at 3:30. Visit livingdesertnm.org or call 575-887-5516 for more information. Paid for by City of Carlsbad Lodgers Tax.
When you have to file a home insurance claim, the last thing you want to worry about is your premium going up. That's why Farmers has claim forgiveness. If you've been claim-free with Farmers for 5 years, your premium won't go up just because of a claim. It's one of the many Farmers policy perks. Call Herschel Rustin Hayes at 575-396-0513 to learn more or get a quote.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
If you need an aggressive, experienced personal injury attorney who is honest and true, you need to get the Gorilla.
So I'm 23 years old. I worked at a warehouse, and I took an injury which caused the amputation of my right leg. I was approached by a specific firm, and they turned my case down within 5 minutes. I was told to come visit the Gorilla Law Firm, and immediately they saw potential in my case. And I tell you what, Gorilla Law Firm had my back when no one else did. The Gorilla Law Firm made me a multi-millionaire. And if you're injured, you call the Gorilla Firm too.
The Gorilla, 3130 North Grimes and Hobbs, or call 575-964-2720.
Diversified Field Services, a leader in welding, roustabout, plant fabrication, backhoe, dump truck, pumping, pipeline, dirt work, and safety is looking to expand their team. Just out of high school and looking to start work in the patch? Legal resident or authorized to work in the U.S. and looking for an opportunity? Diversified Field Services is currently looking for roustabouts, welders helpers, as well as a sandblaster and helper. Insurance available after 60 days employment. Pay and other benefits depend on position and experience. Apply in person today at Diversified Field Services, 315 South Leach in Hobbs. Diversified Field Services is an equal opportunity employer.
Here is your Liar Pants on Fire update.
Basically the same dose with a smaller dose.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W5.
All right, people, let's move it.
Drive in today with the damn morning show on Earth.
And good morning to you. It is 8:34 p.m. The Breakfast Club Morning Show this morning being brought to you by Rig Outfitters in the home store. Extensive collection of FR jeans, coveralls, steel-toe boots, work gear, safety gear, whatever you need, hard hats. They've got everything right there in the Broadmoor Mall. And they also have furniture, appliances, and electronics, zero down financing. Rig Out Broadmoor Mall, right next to Scrub Outfitters. If you're looking for a large selection of scrubs, they have the largest selection of scrubs in 100 miles. If they don't have what you're looking for, they don't have it, they can get it for you. Big name brands like Healing Hands and Dickies and Peaches. Follow them on Facebook. Find out more information. Compression socks, the cute ones with the comfy shoes. They've got everything you need to work in the medical field. Scrub Outfitters in the Broadmoor Mall. They're right next to Rig Outfitters. Tom and the text, 877-396-W105.
All right, Francisco's saying this morning, let Tom be comment. Wait a minute, you interrupt him all the time when he reads the text, and then you get mad at the guy because you don't let him finish reading the text, says Francisco.
No, because he wasn't reading the text. He was the comment.
Still, I think he's thinking what a lot of people are thinking. That's what he's thinking. And Democrats, if we kill your babies, we will mutilate them later, says the texter. And the highest NBA player is Nikola Jokic. He plays for the Denver Nuggets.
Great player.
$54 million a year.
That dude has fire.
That's why Russ is laughing. I said Jokic. That's his.
None of those.
You just call him Jokic.
Jokic, which he might have. I don't know.
And he plays for the Nuggets. So, I mean.
He's the guy. I mean, he's making $55 million a year.
Right.
He's from one of those Slavic countries. It's not like it costs a lot to live in the Slavic country. Give that money to the homeless.
At least with that much money, if he's got jock itch, he can hire somebody to scratch
Well,
it. So, I mean,
Tom, what's the jock itch medication?
I don't even remember, man.
I mean, maybe he needs like a lifetime supply with a name like Jock Itch.
I did that on purpose, by the way.
Sure you did.
Smokey in Arizona says, yeah, it's okay to help people, but at some point you have to help your own darn self, or we stop helping them, says Smokey in Arizona.
I'd rather help my family. That doesn't mean if somebody needs something, we shouldn't help them. But just like charity begins at home in America.
Yeah.
I mean, all these people were putting it up in 5-star hotels.
See, that's not
we
right.
We could be putting the homeless in those hotels. Why should we put a foreigner in a better facility than we do a citizen?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just asking.
Or a veteran.
Please don't hate. Russian man pumped his arms full of oil to get his biceps to look bigger. I saw a picture of this guy. By the way, this is a huge mistake. No matter how smart you are, you can't circumvent the process. You want bigger arms? Bump you up. By the way, they call this guy the Russian Popeye. I wonder if he injected himself with like Chernobyl. Maybe that's what it was. He looks ridiculous. Looks stupid. Yes. Looks like a 13-year-old boy who did that story. Sorry about that. Looks like Megan Fox and Machine Gun Kelly supposedly splitting. Megan was in the swimsuit issue again and I only looked at her one time. I did. Just once. That's it. And a Florida spice company is being sued for selling New Mexico chilies for several reasons.
Yeah.
Number one, they spelled chili wrong, and the peppers were grown in New Mexico and dried, and that makes them New Mexico chili. And I get that. They weren't grown in Florida. They were grown in New Mexico. All right, 839. Morning show this morning being brought to you by Maine Trailer Sales. Don't go camping without Maine Trailer Sales. Give them a call, 575-622-1751. MaineTrailerSalesInc.com. Customer satisfaction guaranteed. If you're living at a hotel and working in the oil field, getting that per diem, let the per diem pay for your fifth wheel. They have a large selection, 2 lots. Find out more information today. MaineTrailerSalesInc.com. Tom and the Tex. Also on the way, we'll talk about big winner at the box office. I watched a little bit of the Fast X.
Yeah.
Not impressed.
Really? I wanted to go, but I didn't. Hey, Gilbert this morning saying they call him the Joker, says Gilbert. Thanks a lot, buddy. And I'm sure not interested in anything fatty, says the text. Okay.
What's fatty? Are you talking about Lizzo again?
No, but I did go online and saw a picture of her. She ain't all that bad.
Say.
She's not that bad. She's not that, obese.
No, she's not, Tom. No. I mean, that's coming from the guy that's weighed close to 300 most of his adult life.
I did not. Okay, you're right. 423 pounds.
Yeah, right. Keep patting yourself. Go ahead.
Yeah.
We'll wait for you. Looks like weekend box office Fast X raked in $67.5 million. Guardians of the Galaxy was number 2, $31.9 million. I'm going to be honest. I tried watching it, but it was a cam version and on a free service that I have, and I just couldn't. It wasn't that good to begin with, and the cam service I just couldn't. I couldn't get into it, so I skipped it. All right, here's one of Biden's loony libs talking about why we eat 3 meals a day. What they haven't considered. Well, I'll let you listen, then I'll come back and tell you. But here's what the loony lib had to say.
Okay, maybe everyone but me knew this, but I just learned from the book I'm reading, I'll put it right here, that the 3 meals a day thing, breakfast, lunch, and dinner, is from colonialism and white supremacy. That when the European colonizers came and saw the indigenous people eating when they were hungry, they were like, they're savages, they're uncivilized, because the white Europeans differentiated themselves from animals who would graze for their food when they were hungry by setting distinct meal times that correlated with time of day.
By the way, if you eat 3 meals a day, you're a racist. You're a colonizer. You are. You know, part of the whole idea about this is kind of funny. Because you go to China, they must be white supremacists too. Because they eat 3 meals a day. You go to Japan, they eat 3 meals a day. Europe, 3 meals a day. Pretty much anywhere. You go to Cuba, they eat 3 meals a day. Mexico, they eat 3 meals a day, right? They're a bunch of white supremacists too. The dumbest things that people say on TikTok. So if you're a white supremacist, wow. The whole idea came from, whatever. Deputy Attorney General said he's safe for visitors despite gang carnage. Juarez, Mexico released a statement saying Juarez is still safe. They did say they have a problem with methamphetamine. You know, I always hear about, America is the biggest buyers of illicit drugs. But evidently, Mexico, I guess, samples some of their own drugs, saying that Mexico has an issue with methamphetamine also. I don't know about fentanyl, but the story did not go in the fentanyl. 31-year-old Kyra Workman is now under arrest in Donna Ana County, facing human smuggling charges, according to the Donna Ana County Detention Center records. Jail records show that Workman, taken into custody by deputies with U.S. Marshals on Wednesday, booked into the Donna Ana County Detention Center. The Aurora, Colorado residents now faces charges smuggling illegal immigrants into the country. And this is probably not her first try because they knew exactly who they were looking for. Texas man pled guilty to buying a gun for the Gulf Cartel, and that gun was used in Mexico to kidnap 2 American citizens who were eventually murdered. Roberto Moreno, 42 years old, appeared before a federal judge in Brownsville, Texas, pled guilty to weapon smuggling. He is being held until his trial. And U.S. President Joe Biden is reportedly set to announce another deal to give more money to Ukraine, this time $375 million. The war continues. 8:45, guys, wrap it up.
All right, so this texter, I don't know if I want to read it, but I'm going to read it anyway. I don't think it's nothing wrong, but it's about Lizzie. Since Tom A. said Lizzie isn't bad, I'm going to call him the fat chick thriller. Does that say anything?
Look, there are lots of beautiful big girls. Mm-hmm. Lots of beautiful big girls.
I love my big girls.
And so Lizzie has confidence, and she, I don't know anything about her music, never heard of her, but
the thing I like about her, you're a TNA man, right? Me, I'm a
Tom.
Yeah.
Her T and A run into each other. I'm just going to say it.
You're a TNA.
See, Ross is over there going,
I'm just saying, I'm a forehead man.
You're a forehead.
Women's foreheads.
A forehead man.
Turn me on. She's got a great forehead.
I bet Rihanna just blows your cake, doesn't it?
Oh, honey.
You know who Rihanna is?
The Super Bowl girl.
Yeah, she's got a forehead you could advertise on.
I didn't say all of them.
As far as decent looking big girls, you know who Megan Trainor is?
Yes.
Yeah.
All about the bass. Hey. Okay, she's a big girl, but hey. Anyway.
All right, we're going to get to good news of the day coming up. Sad story out of Waco, Texas. 3-year-old girl died when a car landed on top of her after being thrown from the vehicle, according to Waco police. Toddler was not properly secured in the vehicle. She was ejected from the car about 4:20 last week on Thursday. Driver ran through a red light and hit 2 cars. Witnesses at the scene say the car lifted the child, and car landed on top of the little girl. They tried life-saving measures, and she was pronounced dead at the hospital. Sad story. No, what the heck happened? Don't know. Not yet. All right, 8:48. Tom, wrap her up. Good news. Russ will come back and do the good news.
Gotcha.
We've got, we're going to qualify folks coming up in a second. Keep you updated with everything going on.
All right, so this is one text says, we don't forget that shooter in Texas not too long ago who was Spanish was a white supremacist. Remember, one of the Democratic people said that you don't have to be white to be a white supremacist, says.
Yeah, what an idiot.
Well, if you're talking about the 3 meals a day thing, it's like she said, it come from colonialism. Like people didn't eat 3 meals a day before that. People ate 3 meals a day in the Egyptians' time. I mean, you can see it in food research. And
caveman.
Well, they were white supremacists.
White supremacists, those,
they were a little dark on the, but they were definitely
3,000 years BC before the birth of Christ, but,
And one more text.
They were white supremacists.
One more text. Dylan from Lovington. By the way, congratulations to all the Lovington seniors who graduated yesterday. By the way, Tom, you are a weirdo. That's Dylan.
I've got to say, I've never met a forehead guy. I've met foot guys, I'm kind of
weird.
I'm kind of one of those tight butt guys myself. That's, there's a qualifier right there. I don't like booty got
Where's
back. I like.
Where's a quarter?
There you go.
Where's a quarter?
A forehead guy. That's.
Yeah. Well, we knew he's a weirdo. We did.
Yeah.
And if you don't need 3 meals a day, we don't need free school meals.
Here's the deal. There's a lot of people that don't eat 3 meals a day. They skip breakfast.
Yes.
There are people that eat 2 meals a day. There are people that eat 1 meal a day. Whatever floats your damn boat. I don't care. I'm not the meal police going, hey, you bunch of savages. You're not eating 3 meals a day. And there are people all across the world that are not white that eat 3 meals a day for whatever reason.
That person that was speaking is simply one of those that's so hinged on racism that she would tell you that snow was white because it was built on racism.
My wife is the type of person, if she does not eat 3 meals a day, she gets hangry.
Does she?
No, I mean, I'm going to be honest. I can go the entire day without eating. It does not bother me. I mean, I can skip breakfast, I can skip lunch and eat supper. Back in the day when I was really grinding, there are many, many times I skip breakfast and skip lunch. I just drink an extra Red Bull. Thank God I've given those damn things up.
Oh,
Thank
Red
God.
Bulls. Wow.
Yeah, I haven't had Red Bull now for 3-4 months.
Oh,
Tom.
that's right.
Since the accident, huh, B?
Yeah. No,
Since
way before the accident.
Way before the accident, you quit drinking Red
Yeah.
Bull. You've got to be going through withdrawals by now.
Nah, it doesn't bother me. I was at 7-Eleven today, saw him, and didn't bother me.
I need one. You didn't get one, huh? Wow.
Oh, now I'm an addict?
Yeah.
Is it like the same thing with you and Dr. Pepper or Snickers?
You know, when I went on that first class flight many years ago, they give you wine, right? And I looked at the stewardess and I said, "Can I have a Dr. Pepper? Dr. Pepper in your glass?" Yeah.
Okay, and who paid for this trip?
My sister.
Oh, your sister.
My sister played
And
for
she's
this
paying
trip.
for your trip again.
Right.
You cheap bastard.
Well, I was going to buy the tickets. I got money from the trip I didn't go on.
Let me tell you the way this goes.
What?
Puertecito mío. Ay, ay, ay.
It just happens that way. I think God has soft spot in his heart for me.
Yeah, usually we do for the needy.
What is the famous thing?
What?
God protects children and morons, or something.
Yes,
something to that effect.
That could be. I was trying to be nice, Russ. I was trying to be nice. All right, let's take a break. We're coming right back. Good news of the day coming up in just a second. We'll get you updated with news. We're going to qualify you for the cash. 8:53 news this morning being brought to you by Chance Materials. Remind every project begins with a solid foundation. They've got ready-mix concrete. Plants in Roswell and in Carlsbad. They serve all of southeast New Mexico. Hobbs, Lovington, Carlsbad, Artesia, Roswell, everywhere in between. If I didn't mention you, I'm sorry, but everywhere in between. ChanceMaterials.com, 575-363-3240. Give them a call today. Get that ready-mix concrete and get a quote. They'll give you the lowest possible price. One thing they can guarantee, they give you the best customer service. ChanceMaterials.com or 575-363-3240. Give them a call today. Let's qualify, folks. We're going to get updated with news. We're W105.
Vinegar Cementing Solution in Hobb presents the W105 Cash Blowout.
Call now.
Call 877-396-W105 now. Be one of the first 5 people to call in for your chance to win $105. The W105 Cash Blowout.
I want my money.
I want it now.
Call in now to win.
Fox News, I'm Therese Crowley. The American dream lives with individual responsibility for all. Part of the presidential campaign message of Senator Tim Scott launching this morning in South Carolina. Tesla CEO Elon Musk praising Scott's first political ad about changing the everybody's a victim culture. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis expected to announce maybe Thursday, but Scott is the best funded of all. The U.S. almost out of cash. President Biden just back from the G7 meeting House Speaker Kevin McCarthy to raise the debt ceiling this afternoon after what McCarthy called a productive phone call. Congressman Jim Comer.
We're not going to budge on spending cuts. Somebody has to be the adult in the room.
Biden's bottom line.
All 4 congressional leaders agree with me that default is not, let me say it again, default is not an option.
America is listening to Fox News.
This is Daniel Velos, General Manager, Carlsbad Chevrolet, and our sizzling down begins now. What does it mean for you? That means more discounts. That means more money for your trade parts discounts. We are giving them out like crazy. We're buying cars, and we're buying them from you and all across the USA and bringing them right to our parking lot. That's right. Let's make a deal. Our sizzling summer sell down begins now. That's right here, 2155 South Canal Street in Carlsbad. Carlsbad Chevrolet, your home of the great, great guys.
When a home gets destroyed, it can be devastating. All you want is your home back the way it was before. With guaranteed replacement cost, if your home has to be rebuilt, Farmers will pay the cost regardless of your limits. It's just one of the many Farmers policy perks. Call Herschel Ruston Hayes at 575-396-0513 to learn more or get a quote.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, dum, bum, 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 bum.
This summer, your child can elevate their math and reading skills at Kumon Learning Centers. Now is the time to get ahead and strengthen the skills that will allow them to reach higher and achieve more. Don't let summer break interrupt their progress in math and reading. At Kumon, we believe practice makes possibilities. Practice now for more confidence next school year. Enroll today and save up to $50. Call 1-800-ABC-MATH.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Get your vehicle ready for spring during Clean Car Month at O'Reilly Auto Parts. Pro X1 exterior cleaning and detailing products provide professional results and show quality shine for your vehicle. Right now, pick up Pro X1 Snow Foam Car Wash 2 for just $15. See store for details. Pro X1 exclusively at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
A lot of new enrollments, huh? Braylon, Brayden...
Monique's daycare is crawling with new arrivals.
Hey, sweetie, are you hungry?
She needs more early childhood educators.
Did your sock slip off again?
And a nap.
Hey there, little guy. Okay. Shh. Whoa.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
For adults with moderate to severe plaque psoriasis who are candidates for systemic or phototherapy, now there's Skyrizi. Risankizumab, an only 150 milligram injection. With Skyrizi, 3 out of 4 people achieve 90% clear skin at 4 months, and Skyrizi is just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Nothing in me go hand in hand. Nothing on my skin, that's my new land. Nothing is everything.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions and increased risk of infection or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, your doctor should check for infection and tuberculosis.
Tell your doctor you could achieve 90% clear skin. Ask your doctor about #1 dermatologist prescribed biologic and psoriasis, and visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKYRIZI to learn more.
Hi, I'm Rebecca Long with Farmers Insurance. The American dream of owning my own business was a constant thought growing up. I opened my insurance office at age 19, and 40 years later, I'm still here providing insurance policies for auto, home, life, commercial, boats, RVs, and ATVs. I'm Rebecca Long, and I want to be your agent. Call me today at 575-393-2661 or drop by 226 West Vega in Hahn.
We are farmers. Bum, ba, bum, 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 bum.
Why are families driving from West Texas, Hobbs, Jow, Eunice, all over southeastern New Mexico to shop at Bob's Ridgeway? Is it the everyday low prices, the most locally grown farm fresh produce? Is it the hand-selected and cut meats, the hundreds of weekly specials, the clean, friendly shopping environment? Or is it just the fact that that's where for over 50 years your grocery dollar has always gone farther? It's all of these. It's Bob's Ridgeway, 906 West Avenue D in Lovington, where your grocery dollar goes farther.
Here is your Liar Liar Pants on Fire update.
Guess what? 500 million people have watched what I've done out of my basement.
Be in the Breakfast Club, powered by Carlsbad Chevrolet, and broadcasting from the Inn of the Mountain God studio. Text line at 877-396-W105.
The most annoying man in the history of planet Earth is on the air.
It is on straight up 9 o'clock, KWMW Maljamar, 105.1 FM. Good news of the day coming up. We'll get to that in just a second. And new video, footage shows Kenan Thomas and Kel Mitchell getting back into character for Good Burger. So if you're a fan of Good Burger, looks like it could be a sequel coming back 26 years after the original came out.
Wow.
Yeah. So Good Burger, that would not be most fast food chains. Just thought I'd throw that out there. And Gordon Ramsay from Kitchen Nightmares finally returned to Fox after a decade off the air. Kitchen Nightmares. Wow. I think that would include not being able to hire any good help. Nobody wants to work. I think that could be part of it. All right, 76% of people say they feel guilty about buying food and throwing it away. Tom, you ever feel guilty about buying food and throwing it away?
I no longer throw it away. I feed it to Monahans or to push-ups.
Oh, awesome. That diarrhea is terrible. Yeah, but thank you. 902, woman refuses to stand on the winner's podium after a transgender cyclist finishes in first place. By the way, here we go again. Man that can't compete against the men wins the women's race. You know what's cool, though? When all women decide they're not going to stand because it's unfair advantage. Arizona woman has been arrested, allegedly ramming her car into her boyfriend and killing him. Shelly Spears, 51 years old, charged with second-degree murder Saturday night. They got into a domestic dispute. That's when she rammed him and killed him. By the way, they brought him to the hospital. They could not revive. Tom, would calling somebody fat, do you think that's appropriate?
It depends on how you use it.
So saying you fat bastard, would that be appropriate or not?
That's got to mean, yeah. But
so what about saying you're fat and lazy?
Well, it depends how you spell fat.
F-A-T.
P-H-A-T-T means you're gorgeous. You're fat.
I didn't spell it that way, but thank you. Yeah, you ever thought about maybe being a Democrat congressman? Because that's the way the BS that they pull. Charles Barkley over the weekend talking about the Pelicans big signee. This guy's making a ton of money. Zion Williams.
Oh, yeah. I know.
Zion Williamson. That dude has not played a complete season since he started.
4 games in 4 years, B.
Charles Barkley called him fat and lazy. See, Charles Barkley does not pull any punches. Some people are upset with Charles Barkley. By the way, he's getting his own show. Him and Oprah's best friend, Gail, will be on CNN together.
Why is he messing with those two?
But Charles Barkley says it like it is. A lot of people don't like that, he called Zion fat and lazy. But if anybody knows something about being fat, it would be Charles Barkley. He has battled his weight since his college days.
Yes, he has.
I remember back when I was attending LSU basketball games and Charles Barkley would come to play, we'd throw pizza boxes on the floor for him.
Right.
At least we're trying to feed him.
Well, he's peddling sandwiches now.
So I mean, is it appropriate? In this case, he's 100% right.
I think he's right.
The dude is lazy, doesn't want to play, just wants to get that paycheck. Sad.
Well, think about Williamson. When Zion, he was a rookie coming out of Duke, only spent 1 year with the Blue Devils, and I always said it. And I've always,
your point?
My point is he's not lazy. He is concerned about his knee. That knee has been jacked up since he was a freshman in college, and now he's 4 years.
Quit.
4 years into the NBA.
Quit. Well, quit. Just quit. Don't take your salary. It reminds me of somebody else. Dude signs a 5-year contract, $194 million, and has it $38 million per season, plus a huge signing bonus. And the dude hasn't played a complete season yet.
4 games total.
I mean, it sounds like somebody else I know.
Who's that? I don't know.
I'm not going to mention any names, but it sounds like somebody else I know. And, part of his problem is he's fat and lazy. I'll say it. He's fat and lazy. Get in shape. You know what? Maybe if you'd have lost a little weight, your knees wouldn't be that bad.
You talking to him? Or you talking
Just
to me?
throwing it out there. Oh, I wasn't saying it to you, but I guess I could. Suspect who accused of raping a 15-year-old girl and a woman in Maryland on a hiking trail is in the United States illegally. Jose Roberto Hernandez Espinola, 20 years old, arrested for allegedly raping these 2 women, entered the country illegally. He's from El Salvador. I'm sure he's here for just a better life.
Right.
Here's another perfect example why we need to vet people. We do. We vetted this lady. She slipped right under I don't get it, California high school teacher. Teacher of the year in California, arrested for allegedly having sex with underage students. Tracy Vanderhurst, 38 years old. Teacher of the year. I wonder if the kids could vote on that. All the male students are like, yeah, Mrs. V. I can't even make fun of this because, adult taking advantage of a juvenile is wrong at every level. We wouldn't say it was appropriate if it was a young girl. We shouldn't say it's appropriate for a young boy. And Rush, you ever hear of the Black Ghost Dodge Challenger?
Yes.
Just sold. 1970 Dodge Challenger RTSE. Has an unusual history. Has been auctioned off for over $1 million. Over $1 million. Congratulations.
What's special about that Charger, Russ?
8
barrel?
Very
8 barrel. Yes, it's got an 8 barrel.
It's got an 8 barrel in it, and
maybe
it's
the main with a 4 barrel.
Right. It has complete all chrome muffler bearings. The shifter, the radiator trans-speed shifter, runs the turbo back completely through the throttle linkage on the transmission. Completely unusual car.
Could it beat any of these snowflake muscle cars of today?
Probably.
And it's got 4-speed manual transmission.
Wow.
Only a 4-speed. 426, 4-barrel Hemi V8. Only 23 other cars built like this one. Sold for over $1 million. Crazy.
Actually, it was owned by a guy that was a loan officer during the day and then would go out and was a very infamous street racer at night.
Wow. 2 people arrested in the death of that Kansas 6-year-old who was gunned down playing outside his house. 2 suspects arrested and charged playing outside with a 7-year-old cousin. Police had a 20-year-old and a 17-year-old taken into custody. May God bless y'all. Kids can't even play outside. Pretty sad. All right, boob of the day. Good news of the day coming up. Tom in charge of the text, 877-396-W105.
Well, this one texter says he wasn't a loan officer. He was a cop.
I was reading a text. I just didn't say from the text.
Oh, okay.
Which didn't make any sense to me now, but now I understand. He was a police officer and then street racer.
And finally, a woman growing up a pair and standing up against the trans, says one.
About time.
Yeah. And Jeremy from Lovington says, I am not fat. I am big boned, says the
Of course you are.
So, and what more? So the U.S. is concerned about defaulting on its debt, but we're still giving hundreds of billions of dollars away.
It's the dumbest thing ever. We're going to add $1 trillion to the debt and go up on your taxes. That's what Biden wants to do. The Republicans said they're not going for it.
Yeah, the texter finishes.
If I could find that cut from John Kennedy where he talked about how much money we have added to the debt over the past several years, population growth, we can't justify that.
No. And the last president who balanced the budget was Bill Clinton. And that is never going to happen.
That was during the dot-com era where we had pretty substantial growth.
That is never going to happen again. We continue.
And Clinton didn't do that by himself.
Oh, he had the Congress.
That was Newt Gingrich was the main constructor of that balanced budget.
Thank you.
But they got along back then.
Bill was very busy putting together budget deals with Monica.
He was selecting cigars.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
Well, and I mean, she was working the spreadsheet.
Ooh.
So, all right, here's John Kennedy, what John Kennedy had to say. I think this is the cut. I apologize if it's not, but I think it was Friday that I played this cut from Senator John Kennedy.
I learned that since 2019 until today, the population in the United States has grown 1.8%.
So 1.8% growth in population. Tom, what is 1.8%?
I'm going to say.
Just say less than 2%.
100 million.
100 million.
Yep.
So how many people live in the United States? See, I was trying to help you out, bro.
wait a
I was
minute.
just say 2%.
350 million or more.
So less
what
than
would be
2% would be
1%?
100 million. Holy crap.
That's what kind of math I
come
came up
on, Mr. College degree.
with. I didn't say that was a math.
Me and Russ
Three.
are here with just a high school degree, and we're just barely getting by, I guess.
3.5 million.
Yeah, listen to this again.
The population in the United States has grown 1.8%. You know how much our budget has increased? 55%. And that doesn't even count the additional $500 billion worth of spending that the president has just proposed. I also learned that the president is proposing 4.7 trillion, not billion, $4.7 trillion in new taxes.
Wow. Do you think you'll be affected by that?
Yeah.
I think we'll all be affected by that. Yeah, I do. Wow. So, yeah, let's just keep giving it away and taxing the hell out of you. When's enough? When do we say just enough is enough?
They're never going to say
When is that? When is that, Boston Tea Party moment? What's it going to take?
I think we're past
If you
that.
believe the Democrats are going to take care of you, you're wrong. You're wrong. I don't always agree with the Republicans, but I'm going to tell you somebody I trust.
Who?
The only president in my lifetime that I've totally trusted.
Trump.
Donald Trump. Because he's not a politician. And he doesn't need your money. Joe Biden needs your money. Joe Biden needs China's money. Joe Biden needs Ukraine's money. Trump don't need that money. He's made his money the old-fashioned way. Started with $1 million from his dad and grown and grown and grown the money. All right, 9:15, good news of the day being brought to you by Farmers Insurance Agent Herschel Rustin Hayes, Avenue D and Lovington. 575-396-0513. Home, auto, life insurance, commercial insurance. Get in touch with Rustin today. You can find him right across the street from Bob's Thriftway, Lovington. Check him out today. 575-396-0513. Proud sponsor of the Good News of the Day.
A homeless guy in Phoenix named Joseph Collins saved a woman and her two daughters from a fire last Thursday. They were asleep on the second floor apartment, and she woke up and saw flames. Joseph heard her calling for help, scaled a fence into her yard, and had her drop her kids from a window. He caught them both and also caught the two dogs. Then she jumped down, and she says he absolutely saved her life. Glad Joseph was there. And two guys in Ohio was about to head to the dump with an old couch that they were setting outside when they found poor kittens living inside.
Aww.
They eventually got them out, and their mom came back, so they're all okay. And the video of mom and the kittens is posted online, and they're going to be up for an adoption soon, and I think Tom's going to adopt all of them. And a 56-year-old lottery fan in Michigan has been playing the lottery for as long as he can remember. Went to his normal store to buy a scratcher, and they were closed. So he went to a different store and bought a scratcher there instead, and hit for $2 million. So there you go. Those are your good news stories of the day.
Being brought to you by our buddy Rustin Hayes. Check him out today. Tom on the text, 877-396-W105.
All right, so this texter is asking, he says, how do you get caught smuggling illegal immigrants when the Democrats are letting them right in?
Yeah, you got a point there.
Yeah. So
maybe she didn't pay somebody off.
And Jethro says, it can be kind of funny. He says, is Tom having an experience or something?
Got something. Haven't figured it out
It's
yet.
Monday.
Oh, yeah. And tomorrow will be Tuesday, and it'll be the same stuff.
And I get to go to San Diego Tuesday after work. So that'd be
good, Tom.
I have routed my trip, B.
Oh, you mean to get to Albuquerque?
Mm-hmm.
Like this is a major life experience?
Well, I've never driven to Albuquerque to catch a plane.
Oh, please, Virgie.
So it's going to cost me $22 to park it for 4 days. And I'm going to get a wheelchair that'll take me straight to the gate. And right in front, I'll be the first person to board that plane.
Maybe not. Maybe a real handicapped person will be the first.
Well, I didn't ask for the wheelchair.
So how did you get a wheelchair if you didn't ask for it?
Well, because the last trip I took to San Diego,
That doesn't matter.
my sister said, you need a wheelchair. Now, back then, I did have a bad knee.
So your sister, when she booked it, put that you were handicapped.
Yeah, well, she said.
Which, I mean, she's not off. She's not far off.
So.
She's definitely not that far off.
She just said, just don't do what you did last time when you came here 25 years ago. I said, why is that? Don't ask the stewardess for a hand towel.
By the way, it wasn't 25 years. You went there when you were in Roswell, but God bless you. And I'm glad your version of the story is.
What was I doing?
Russ.
I don't remember.
How many, I remember pretty much everything, Tom. How many breaks we got? We got one more break. We're good?
Yes, just this one more and we're good.
Unhappy at the finish line. California high school athlete gave big thumbs down after being pushed out of the state finals by a trans runner as the parents clashed with protesters, saying it was disgusting. So here we go again, 1,600-meter race. This girl comes in fourth. She would have been in the finals, but the transgender person took her place. A non-girl took her place. Congratulations, you failed as a boy and moved over to the girls. Yeah, you got it. I got you. And by the way, it looks like moving to a foreign country seems to be part of the norm nowadays. This story from Forbes magazine this morning. Many American dream of retiring overseas, packing their bags. How many people are living overseas nowadays? 500,000 people living overseas. By the way, that number is way up, over 100,000 people, according to, that's just people that Social Security know about. That number is probably way more than that. Big hotspots for retirees: Costa Rica, Panama, Vietnam, Philippines, and Mexico. Mexico is still a very hot place to retire. I tend to light my head, attached to my body, of course. Yeah. All right, 877-396-W105, Tom, text line.
All right, Jeremy from Lovington is saying, I'm leaving in June to drive from Lovington to Norfolk, Virginia, and then from Norfolk to Sebastian, Florida, and then back to Lovington, and you're crying and making a big deal about going to Albuquerque? This is Jeremy from Lovington.
It's a long trip to Albuquerque. On the 14th, I'll drive back from Dallas.
Is that your schedule?
Dallas.
Mm-hmm.
Pick up my car in Lubbock, go to Lovington, and go to work the next day.
Ooh.
That's my plan.
I'll be leaving again right before you come back.
Oh.
So, And Tom,
And are you coming back?
coming back on Monday the 20th. So I'm going to be there whole Memorial Day weekend.
Damn.
And then I'm going
I was
on
kinda-
a regular vacation.
I was kind of hoping that you weren't.
Whatever. And Tom was
Suspect charged with semi-truck DUI. Has been charged with 7 counts of manslaughter. Man, you're driving a big rig and you're drinking. Court records accuse Lincoln Smith of California, he's 52 years old, of driving while high on a controlled substance and inhalant. Crash happened last week on I-5 north of Oregon, and this guy is high on inhalant while driving. 7 people pronounced dead at the scene. Conor McGregor making his comeback. By the way, over the weekend I watched the Conor McGregor miniseries, and I see things in a different light with Conor. I've never been a big McGregor fan. I kind of see things in a different light. But Conor is coming back, fighting at a different weight, and confirms the UFC that the Irishman is set to rejoin the drug testing program and make his way back. He will fight Michael Chandler.
Ooh, wow.
Do you have any idea who Michael Chandler is, Tom?
Chandler's a bad dude, I'm telling you, man.
What do you know about Michael Chandler, Tom?
Michael Chandler is a fighter.
How many times have you seen him fight?
Just on the video. But what I saw, that's one bad dude. What? Unless you're talking about a different Michael Chandler.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure I am. Yeah. Yeah, I'm sure you're talking about the Michael Chandler and Tatum. Yeah. Oh, it's a bad dude.
No,
oh, that's a bad dude. Oh, my Lord, is a bad dude. All right, 824. Tom and Tex.
All right. The women's athletes just need to kick the transgender men in the privates before the race starts, says the texter. I guess they're tired of getting beat up. And as we head down this stretch, John Paul Jones, as Jeremy from Lovington, he's a real bad dude, says the texter.
John Paul Jones.
Yep.
Or John Bones Jones.
That's a bad dude. And one more text, Bill from Lovington says, I would be one of those overseas retirees if I was old enough. But I've had it with the U.S. politics and policies, says Bill from Lovington. Yep, me too.
I met a guy that's working online as an online teacher. He's an American, and he's only like 35 years old. I don't know how he's pulling it off, but he's pulling it off. All right, check of the weather this morning being brought to you by North Star Laundry, one-stop shop for all your laundry. You can find them there in Carlsbad and in Loving. Wash, dry, and fold your clothes. They can handle that. They can dry clean your clothes, starch it up, or you can wash and fold your own clothes. They have coin-operated machines. They're open 7 days a week. Yes, they're open on Sunday. Find them and Loving at 406 West Cedars, 604 West Church in Carlsbad, and 609 West Lee in Carlsbad. Check them out today. Already 9:25, weather for the day, getting up to about 89. We do have some afternoon showers. Tom in the text.
All right, so Jeff from the Patch is saying this morning, Tom, he is dangerously dumb. And I bet he misses his plane, says the texter. No, I don't think so.
There'll be a special person waiting for him.
Yep.
And his sister probably said he was special needs. So they'll stay with him and get him on the plane. Just like they would a child.
Yeah. I have needs.
Oh, you got a lot of needs. No doubt. Our buddies at Camp of the Tall Pines are reminding you, book this weekend for this weekend. or maybe the big holiday that's coming up. Camp of the Tall Pines is a beautiful place in beautiful Mayhill, and they can serve you with cozy cabins, raised platform campsites, RV hookups, and lots of things for the kids to do and for you to do. Fishing in the pond. They've got disc golf, of course, high ropes, low ropes, mountain biking, and more. Find them online at camptallpines.com, 575-687-4101. Child accidentally hangs itself at an amusement park on an inflatable while the staff stared at their phones.
Oh, B.
How many times do we see people, a kid falls into the way of a train and everybody just stares? A child in Ukraine died accidentally strangling itself on a inflatable trampoline, and everybody just stared at their phones. By the way, the kid died at the scene. An Albuquerque woman charged with a 2-year-old's overdose, documents say. Albuquerque woman accused of letting her 2-year-old daughter die from an alleged drug overdose. Incident happened at their home in the northeast part of Albuquerque. 46-year-old Kishana Delaney went to get her daughter ready for school and found her unconscious. By the way, Delaney told police that several people were smoking cocaine and fentanyl in their house. What a mother. During the interview, deputies told them that Delaney's 2 other kids have now been placed in Child, Youth, and Families Department. She's been charged with 1 count of child abuse. Just 1 count of child abuse. Wow. 928. We're going to get you updated with news. Tradio coming up in a second. Wrap her up, Tom.
All right, so this one texter is chiming in. He's complaining. He says, "This is very disgusting, Tom. Handicapped people don't have the choice as you do. It's like no different than a stolen valor," says the texter. Okay, I'm going to get on that wheelchair. I'm going to enjoy it. How's that? And Tom is dangerously cool. He makes the show. Thank you very much. And did y'all see the video of the Russian president offering asylum to Americans? No, I didn't. Did you?
No.
Yeah.
But I'm not. I'm not going to put that past him. For sure.
And there you go.
All right, we're going to get updated, find out what's going on with news. Coming back with Tradio. News this morning being brought to you by Roche Air Conditioning and Heating, your choice for your next HVAC job. 15 years in the business. Our buddy Enrique is standing by to help you with your air conditioner. If you've got a problem with your air conditioner, maybe it's not look, he's going to give it the best chance of repairing it, but maybe it's just outdated and old, and it will cost you more to repair it and put a brand new air conditioner in there. Financing is available if you need a new unit. Talk to them, 575-631-1999. Roche Air Conditioning and Heating. Call Enrique this morning. We'll see you tomorrow morning. Tradio coming up next. God bless America. God bless you. Be in the Breakfast Club. We're off. Tradio up next on W105.
MTD Radio News, I'm Jim Miller. 29-year-old Seth Alvarado of Hobbs sentenced for the 16th time on felony burglary charges, latest after he allegedly broke into a woman's car and stole several items. It was also Alvarado's 22nd burglary charge since 2017. He was arrested May 13th, charged with burglary of a vehicle, a 4th-degree felony. His first burglary charge back in 2017 when he was caught by the owner of a truck he was breaking into. The next 21 burglary charges span the years 2017 through this year. The suspects who fled the scene of the Walmart parking lot homicide of Jordan Ruiz were pursued and captured by deputies from multiple Texas agencies. The homicide suspects caught identified as Ray Ruiz from Loving, Zachary Beza of Hobbs, and a 16-year-old female. Officers also located a weapon believed to be the weapon used in the Ruiz homicide and discarded by one of the suspects. The suspect vehicle, a green Kia SUV, was confirmed to be stolen, and occupants were suspects in the Ruiz homicide. All suspects taken to the Hudspeth County Jail. Carlsbad school officials grappling with a state mandate that dollars be allocated to the district for at-risk students and that the district would be held accountable for improvement targets tied to the funding. This included targeted funding for students deemed at risk based on their academic performance at Carlsbad municipal schools, along with a 6% salary increase for all employees, which would cost the Carlsbad district about $7 million and changes to instructional hour requirements. And that's a look at what's happening. I'm Joe Miller, MTD Radio News.
If you've been waiting for the best opportunity to buy your next vehicle, this is it. The Pre-Memorial Day sales event is on now at Roswell Ford. During this unprecedented sales event, Roswell Ford will do whatever it takes to get you out of your old vehicle and approved for a new Ford or certified pre-owned car, truck, or SUV for thousands less. Even if you're over lease mileage or upside down on your loan. Roswell Ford will take any trade, any condition, even if you owe thousands more than your car's value. With a job bringing home $399 a week, aggressive lenders will push to approve your credit, even with bad credit or no credit. So, if you're looking for a new or quality pre-owned vehicle at or near your current monthly payment with little or no money down, there may never be a better time to visit Roswell Ford because rebates, discounts, and savings have never been bigger during the Pre-Memorial Day sales event. Only at Roswell Ford, the home of Tailgate Nation at the corner of 9th and Main.
Summer is just around the corner. Make your home a place you can relax and entertain with help from Floors to Go. The National Flooring Extravaganza sale is going on now. Save on carpet as low as $1.99 a square foot, including pad and installation. Wood vinyl plank from $1.49 a square foot. Come shop the amazing selection and prices at Floors to Go, 2704 North El Paso in Hobbs. Hurry, sale ends May 31st.
This summer, your child can elevate their math and reading skills at Kumon Learning Centers. Now is the time to get ahead and strengthen the skills that will allow them to reach higher and achieve more. Don't let summer break interrupt their progress in math and reading. At Kumon, we believe practice makes possibilities. Practice now for more confidence next school year. Enroll today and save up to $50. Call 1-800-ABC-MATH.
Wireless headphones. That'll be $200.
I'll use my Capital One Quicksilver card.
Now that's a hit. You used the Capital One Quicksilver card, which makes you the hero of every purchase. With Quicksilver, you earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase everywhere.
I wanted running music, but unlimited 1.5% cash back is pretty heroic.
Good instincts. Every hero needs a theme song. The Capital One Quicksilver card. What's in your wallet?
Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
That is the sound of your company logo getting printed on 500 shirts. Smart move. And an even smarter move in choosing the experts.
Awesome Graphics, serving Southeast New Mexico and West Texas for 15 years, can not only brand your t-shirts, they can embroider your polos, hats, and jackets. They can print your signs and stickers, large and small. They can handle vinyl graphics for your vehicle. Are the windows in your business too plain? Awesome can print custom decals that allow you to see out, but your customers just see your logo. In fact, Awesome Graphics can put your logo on practically every promotional item under the sun, from coffee cups and water bottles to keychains and sun visors for your company vehicles. Want authentic Yeti Ramblers, mugs, or tumblers customized with your company logo? Awesome Graphics is ready. Stop by 523 West Sanger and Hobbs for ideas or simply visit myawesomegraphics.com. Trust Awesome Graphics and rest assured whatever they printed on, your logo will look awesome.
Southeast New Mexico weather.
Hi, good morning over Southeast New Mexico. It's temperatures on this Monday.